Welcome back to the Pekka Cafe Clashers. I'm your host, Chief Pat, along with my co-host, Galadon. And today, we're bringing you guys Nordic Clash 2015 from Helsinki, Finland at the Supercell headquarters.
Yeah, we've brought together 40 of the top war players in the Nordics. We've got Sweden, Denmark, Norway, and of course, Finland in an ultimate battle for Nordic supremacy.
Absolutely. Let's go ahead and check out the war room right now, where we have the 4 clans preparing for battle. And here you can see Finland going absolutely insane. They have a crazy audience backing it up. It looks like they're ready to battle, and they're actually going to be battling against Sweden.
Yeah, we've got Sweden back here in the back corner. They're definitely ready to go. They're some of the most serious clashers that we saw on our trip, and definitely psyched up.
Absolutely. Next, we have Norway. Absolutely awesome, guys. Those guys finished first in the trophy push, and they'll be going against Denmark.
Denmark, the party animals, there they are, pumped up as always. The only female clasher as well in the entire tournament, and it's going to be an exciting battle.
Absolutely. I am so excited for Nordic Clash. It is electric here out at Supercell headquarters, and we've been having an amazing time preparing for this stream, but we do have a surprise. We have some extra casters, and we're going to throw it to Molten Nick in the war room.
Thank you, Pat. I am Nick, and I'm here in the war room joined by
Molt, and we are super excited to be here with you guys at Nordic Clash 2015.
So we're going to be bringing you all the live events here from the war room, but you guys at home can communicate with us using the hashtag LiveClash on Twitter for a chance to be featured on stream.
We are super excited to see with the questions that you come up with. The energy in here, as you guys just saw, is crazy. These guys have been practicing and preparing for this war, and we are ready to go. We'll send it back to Pat and Galadon.
Man, I am glad we're in here because it seems absolutely insane inside of the war room. But first, let's tell you guys a little bit more about where the clans came from and how they got matched up. So these clans have been doing a trophy push over the last couple of weeks in Nordic Finland, Denmark, Norway, and Sweden. And inside of those clans, they did a trophy push to determine the matchups for today's war.
Exactly. And the way they got those clans together was they pulled the top war players from each of those countries. And what we will see today are players from clans all over the world, and all over these 4 Nordic countries anyway, but clans like Quantum's Web, North 44, top players that you may have seen in-game, they're here ready to go to war.
Absolutely. We have a matchup between Norway and Denmark. Norway did finish first in the trophy push, with Denmark in 4th, and then Sweden got 2nd placed, followed by Finland in 3rd for our 2nd semifinal. So we're going to send it back to the war room to check what Nick and Molt have you guys saying on Twitter.
All right, thanks. So jumping straight into the first tweet, this one's coming from @BossmanDog, and he's saying, would you rather fight one giant-sized goblin or 100 goblin-sized giants? Hashtag LiveClash. Keep them coming. Molt,
I mean, that's a good question. I know, me personally, I love loot, so I would probably go with the giant-sized goblin. What about you?
I don't know if we're talking about real life or in the game, but I mean, 100 giants on the ground, goblin-sized, just kick them all over. Pat and Galadon, what do you think about that one?
That's what I was thinking. I think you can just punt those little goblin-sized giants around. What about you, Galadon?
Actually, yeah, because the giants are going to be small, but they'll be slow like a giant, so you can just take them on one at a time, kind of run them around. The goblin, he's going to catch you. He's going to be too fast.
Absolutely. So today is going to be a little bit different. You guys might notice we're having a clan war tournament, and normal clans are 24 hours by 24 hours, so we had to condense it into a 2.5-hour live stream. So let's go ahead and bring up the tournament rules, where we're going to tell you guys how this goes down.
Right, so like we said, we've got 4 10-player clans. They're all set. They're in there ready to go. 2 semifinal wars, Norway, Denmark, Sweden, Finland, and the winners of each of these 2 wars will go to the final, and the final will be here today.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing. Like I said earlier, we can't fit this in 48-hour war into a single live stream, so we're going to have 15 minutes of preparation time. These guys have already made their bases, don't worry, and 45 minutes of war in a 10 versus 10 clan battle.
Exactly, and one of the great things about this clan war tournament-style setup, troops and spells cost absolutely nothing, and there's no training time, so you just queue them up, you hit ready, they're ready to go. Same with the heroes, no regeneration time, and not worrying about upgrading them and using them during battle.
You know, that's something we might want in the game at some point.
No
Free
comment.
troops.
We tried.
Heroes available during war. Okay, I think I have some angry Super Pastel people staring at me. But one additional thing, not only are they going to be fighting for Nordic supremacy today, but the winner of this tournament is going to win a trip to Seoul, South Korea, where they're going to be having the daunting task of fighting some of the best clans of Korea and some of the best clans of China.
Exactly. They will face the top Chinese clan and 2 of the top Korean clans in another clan war, probably pretty similar to this one.
Yep, it looks like it's going to be pretty insane. I'm super excited. We've been getting ready for this, lots of practice, and I do believe we're about to start our first preparation phase, so let's send it over to Molten Nick to count us down.
Welcome back to the War Room, guys. The energy in here is crazy. Are we ready to get started? Everybody in here is ready to get started. We're going to go ahead and count it down, guys. 3, 2, 1, let's go!
All right, so there we go. War preparation has started. 15 minutes of war preparation, and we will be underway battling for the to see who goes to the finals.
You know, this is different than any clan war tournament or any clan war I've ever seen. Usually everyone's just hanging out at home, maybe watching TV, but right now there's hundreds of people inside of the war room. There's cameras everywhere. This is like a party mixed in with the clan war, fighting for the ultimate prize.
The energy has been incredible, and the energy of this whole trip has been amazing. You guys may have read some of our adventures on social media, but we do have the country spotlight right now for Denmark, and we're going to take a look at that first. Welcome to Copenhagen, Denmark, the home of Nordic Denmark clan, the first country of our 4-country tour, also the home of Legos, beautiful and friendly people, and thousands of 3-star raids. I'm here with Chief Pat. It is a beautiful day outside. Let's go check out the city.
Let's do it, Galidon.
We are here at Denmark's Little Mermaid statue out on the water. We've been hanging out with Roald and Greenland from Nordic Denmark all day long. And apparently there's some sort of legend that has to do with touching the tail of the mermaid, bringing you additional good luck. And it looks like they're out there trying to get themselves an advantage in the Nordic Clash tournament. I don't think they're leaving. All right, you guys, I think this is going to have to wrap up our trip to Denmark and the fan meetup, but it has been an incredible time. Pat and I had just a fantastic time meeting the beautiful and friendly people of Denmark, and we wish you guys the best of luck in the upcoming Nordic Clash tournament. So let's wrap this thing up. On the count of 3, a big go Denmark. 1, 2, 3. Go Denmark! There you go. Thanks again, you guys.
Cheers.
From Denmark, as y'all can tell, it is loud, it is exciting in here. One cool thing about Denmark is they actually have the only female in the clan war, and I'm standing right next to her. She's definitely going to show up today, and you guys got to watch out for it.
And apparently she's the leader of the top war clan in all of Denmark as well.
Yeah, she's fierce.
So,
watch out.
Yep. Well, Denmark was a lot of fun, and you know, I grew up playing with Legos, so I brought this. Okay, it's empty, but this is supposed to be a White House. This was going to be for you since you're from DC.
Yeah, I went to build it, but they switched the pieces in the box, and it came out sort of weird. It might remind you of something, but yeah.
That's wow. You're skilled.
Anyways,
that's skills right there. That's mad Lego skills.
Yeah. What do you think about Denmark's chances in Nordic Clash?
Well, you know, we had a chance to hang out with those guys for a while, and they were super nice, but they were also pretty focused. And I saw a couple of 3-star specialists, so I think that we're hoping to see some 3-star attempts later on today, maybe in the cleanup raids, and also maybe some unusual army compositions that we're not used to seeing.
Yeah, they seem like some of the nicest guys and girls of the people that we met, but they are silent killers. We did plenty of rehearsals. We saw some of their strategies, and these guys are taking it seriously, especially coming in as the 4th seed. They have a lot to prove.
Right, exactly. And, you know, it's interesting. They're up against Norway, which finished leading in trophies, so maybe they are seen as kind of the favorites for this, but it'll be interesting. Denmark is going to put up a fight.
Absolutely. Speaking of Norway, we have their country spotlight prepared, so let's go ahead and check out what they have going on. Welcome to Oslo and the home of Nordic Norway. So Norway is the 2nd country on our 4-country tour, known for fjords, Vikings, and apparently a little bit of cloudy weather. But seeing as I'm in the Titan League, I'm a little bit used to it. I know Galidon's been stuck in some 6-hour cycles before, so let's not talk about clouds and let's go ahead and check out what the city has to offer. All right, so we've made it to our second stop at the Viking Museum, where we've seen a lot of cool things. We've seen some beaten up boats. There's a couple ones that are better constructed over there, but apparently this is the official Viking country. Even though the people in Denmark fought against it, there's some pretty neat stuff here, as well as a wild Galladon in the distance that's looking lost as usual. But yeah, let's see what else Norway has to offer. All right, guys, that's going to do it for our trip to Norway. Thanks to Henrik from Nordic Norway, we were able to meet some amazing people, see some awesome things, and hopefully by the end of the tournament, the other clans are going to be looking pretty disappointed, like this guy right here. So until Stockholm, we will see you guys later.
It's just a game.
Welcome back to the War Room. I am with the guys at Norway. As you can tell, it is still crazy out here. Now, Norway actually finished first, and they came from behind in the trophy push. So are we going to see something crazy from you guys today? Yeah! All right, sounds good.
Very cool. Great to go back to Norway. I'm actually part Norwegian, so it was great to reconnect with my roots and the home of the Vikings.
Yeah, I feel a lot taller wearing these hats, you know.
Yeah.
But I do have a bit head. So anyways, what do you think about Norway's chances? They are the #1 seed, even though trophies don't necessarily convert to, I guess, clan war prowess.
Right. It's tough to break it down and really know who has the true advantage. There goes the hat. But I think that if there were a favorite, it would probably be Norway. So, you know, it'll be interesting to see. I think it'll be a close race either way. I fully expect to see a lot of 20-star scores up on the board.
Absolutely. And that's going to be it for our first semifinal, Denmark versus Norway. We are at 7 minutes left before the wars begin, but we are going to have to dive into our second semifinal, which is Sweden versus Finland. Let's go ahead and check out Sweden's country spotlight.
So we are here in Stockholm, Sweden, the third stop on our Nordic tour, home to so much more than just Volvo and IKEA. We'll be meeting up with representatives from Nordic Sweden shortly, and I'm really looking forward to touring the city. It's a beautiful day here in Stockholm, Sweden, and we've been taking in the sights, getting acquainted with the city a little bit, and we've met Ati from Nordic Sweden, and apparently we're going to give a try to some traditional Swedish dish.
Yeah, some say it's a little bit smelly, but I don't believe them.
All right, shall we give it a try?
Yeah, let's try it out. Let's do it. All right, let me get a nice whiff of this. Don't spill that.
Oh, God. Oh, my God, that smells like...
Take a bite.
Oh, that's evil. Oh, oh my God.
Oh, fresh out of Subway. Guys, we're gonna have to end it here. I think Galladon's having a little bit of problems. While he recovers, let's take it to the city and check out some other stuff that Stockholm might have to offer. All right?
We're officially leaving Sweden, and it was a fantastic time. Got to see a lot of the city. Thank you so much to our host, Ati, for showing us around. We are on our way to Helsinki, Finland, the home of Clash.
I'm here with the guys from Sweden. So, what was the name of that dish? It's called Siströmming, is that right? Sistrum? And people actually eat that? No. Okay. So they were just trolling Galladon. I hope he's doing okay back there in the Pekka Cafe.
Yeah, maybe not my proudest moment, but it was a unique experience, and Sweden was fantastic to visit nonetheless.
You know, if you don't want to make it a unique experience, we could just bring some out again and try it out. So by all means, maybe a little celebration after the stream. If Sweden wins, we can celebrate. You know,
no,
this
please.
is all you.
I'm going to like break down into shakes or something like that.
All right, man. What are you thinking
Oh my
about Sweden's
gosh.
chances against Finland in the bloody matchup? We were trying to hope if this would be the final, but, you know, bringing it out in the first round is going to make the war room ecstatic.
It's a true bloodbath. I mean, it's a true rivalry. Finland and Sweden, I know it was the dream matchup. You know, meeting the Swedes, they seemed like they were the most serious of all of the combatants that we met with. It'll be really interesting to see how this plays out in the war. And again, late in the war is going to be intense.
Yeah, it's going to be really intense, especially because we talked to Sweden yesterday. They had a lot of secret strategies. They showed us a couple of them. We obviously can't reveal them because Finland's listening in right now. But I think that war might be one of the closest ones that we have. So we'll have to keep track of that along the way.
Absolutely. And speaking of that war, why don't we go ahead and take a look at the final country spotlight from Finland?
So after an interesting boat ride, we finally arrived at Helsinki, Finland, and the 4th stop on our 4-country tour. Now, Finland's famous for many things, such as Nokia and, of course, good ice hockey. But the number one thing Finland's famous for and that we care about is being the birthplace of Clash of Clans. Now, we're going to be talking a lot about Clash on the live stream, so let's go ahead and check out what else Finland has to offer. So taking a look at some of the famous Finnish buildings, first of all, we have Finlandia over here, which many famous events are held at, and then it's also the name of James Clan, who you guys might remember are the 3-time Finnish class champions. And as we head this way, we actually have the Finnish House of Parliament, and members of the House of Parliament are called Kansan Ajustajat, which is the name of Finn's clan, who won the most recent Finnish Clash event.
So that's it. We had an amazing time in Finland. We saw some awesome sights and, of course, hung out with Finn and James. And we actually ended up at the Pekka Cafe for our final stop, which is located inside of Supercell headquarters.
And that also wraps up our Nordic tour. 4 amazing cities. Had a great time, met some fantastic people. But we're back here now preparing for Nordic Clash, soon to be met by members of the 4 Nordic clans.
We are back in the war room. I can barely even hear myself over the cheers. Everybody here is ecstatic for these guys. Now, they've got a lot on their shoulders because they're actually going to be defending the home of Clash of Clans. Are we going to see it, guys? Are y'all bringing it today?
All right.
Wow.
That's crazy. They do have a home field audience, and we do have Clash of Clans on our devices in honor of Helsinki, Finland, the birthplace of Clash. You know, it's been amazing hanging out here, and with only a minute left in war, what do you think about Finland's chances?
They have the home field advantage, and listen to that crowd. It's a little bit biased.
It's crazy.
I mean, that's the Finland crowd right there.
You know,
so.
but it could also put pressure on them.
Exactly.
When you have your home crowd cheering you on like that, and you're shaking with your hands on your iPad. Imagine like a last-second clan war attack times a million when you have all these people staring you down.
It's going to be nuts. Just the progression when Clan War started, the fact that people were watching you attack, and then you take it this far, it's going to be absolutely crazy. But I think we've got another Twitter question up right now. We're going to go back and take a look at that with Nick and Molt.
Yep, we've got the next one coming at us from Chappers123, and it says, has Galadon fully recovered from the Swedish subway? #live clash. He seemed to be all right the last couple of days here.
Right, it looked pretty gross in the video, but I think Galadon can answer that question a little bit better than we can. How you feeling, bud?
Have almost completely gone away. But no, you know, you got to admit, Pat, I have a stronger sense of smell than Pat does. So for some reason, Pat just like powered right through that. He takes a bite of it, and it didn't quite work out that well for me. I tried. No offense to the Swedish people, honestly.
It was still disgusting. But anyways, the first wars are about to start. Let's throw it back one more time to Nick and Molt to count us down.
All right, guys, getting ready to start the semifinals here.
Woo!
And we're going to kick it off with Finland versus Sweden.
Here we go. Finland, are we ready?
Sweden, are we ready over here?
It's crazy in here, guys. We're going to go ahead and send it back to Pat and Galadon as we start the wars.
All
That is
right.
fantastic.
That's awesome. We're underway in our first Nordic Clash being live streamed at Supercell headquarters. This is awesome. The crowd is crazy. Finland and Sweden have just started up. Denmark and Norway as well.
Any second, here it goes.
Yep, and it looks like things are going to be super intense. So we're actually going to start this off with some live attacks for you guys. We're going to have plenty of replays along the way as we look at some of the best battles, but we wanted to show you guys some epic raids, some of them being from the leaders of the clan, and we have plenty of stuff prepared for you guys to check out along the way.
It is going to be crazy. It's going to be so much fun to see these attacks live and to see the war unfold. In fact, here comes one right now. We've got Greenland, and he is going to...
it's Trouble Mice.
It's... well, that's Greenland down in the lower right, and it looks like he's still in his base, so we're going to get a look at his troops. 5 golems. Wall breakers, okay.
Yep, looks like a little bit of a go wipe right there. Actually, I don't know if I saw the P.E.K.K.A.s in there, but we'll see what happens. He's going to train up one final spell and get it ready for a live attack for us. And we got to give him, a little bit of a praise for this, because raiding in front of thousands of people online, plus all of these people inside of the headquarters, is insane. And he is in the enemy's territory right now. So Trouble Mice versus Greenland.
Lots of minions.
Let's see what we can do.
All right, so definitely the pressure is on. 2 jump spells, 2 freeze, looks like just 1 rage.
And he does have the 2 hog riders to lure out the clan castles. So let's see them go out right now.
Boy. Okay. So I bet you those minions were prepared for this lava hound.
Yep, and one thing we want to talk to you guys about, something we didn't mention in the rules, is that actually in this war, if it ends up as a tie, the amount of percentage the average best attack is against a base is going to be the tiebreaker. So let's say your clan averages 60%. Everyone gets 2 stars, and you average 60% on your attacks, and your opponent averages 58%. That's going to be the tiebreaker when we determine who wins the war. So that's a really important point, and he's trying to definitely get as many percentage points as possible when he does this raid.
Absolutely, and we might see a slight variation to Clan Wars strategies from what we're used to, because at the end of this raid, they're shooting for extra percentage points, because I mean, Pat and I have talked about this a lot. We really don't think we'll see many, if any, 3-star raids. It's really going to come down to percentages, and so maybe some different end of raid strategies for trying to get that percentage up past 60, maybe even 70%.
Absolutely. Golems are going in right now. He still has 2 left, 1 in the clan castle, 1 in his army camps, and he still has his king and his queen. He's being patient, which is good, because what he's trying to do is make sure his golems can get to the center of the base, but he doesn't have any more jump spells left, so he's going to rely on the wall breakers.
And there's wall breaker AI for you, going towards that closed but empty enclosure, and then going after the fragmented wall.
Wow.
So they didn't provide a lot of help there, unfortunately.
That's rough. Now, maybe that's intentional from his base design. Maybe he's just praying to the gods of Clash of Clans AI, but he still has a chance, because the Archer Queen, if she is intelligent enough, which always seems to be the key word, she can shoot over the top and attack the town hall. And he does still have a golem next to that expo, so that could be possible.
That's a good point, and that's 3 spaces. You're right, 3 spaces from the town hall to that inner level 11 wall. She's going to get the expo out of the way, but no, she goes off to the left.
Oh!
Now she's coming back, but taking a lot of damage. There's the Royal Cloak.
Absolutely. He had to drop the Royal Cloak already. I don't know if he has any archers left in his army composition. He does have a freeze spell, but with skeleton traps popping up, I don't know how much farther he's going to be able to go with this raid.
No, it looks like the golem finally made it through that wall off to the right of the town hall, but the queen, no chance at the town hall. She is going to expire, and this really comes down to whether he even can grab the star for 50%. Doesn't look like it's going to happen.
Yep, so depending on how many buildings he has, he probably has to destroy 3, and that's obviously not going to happen. So 47%. The pressure might have gotten to him. It's beginning of the raid. I know Klaus is a great attacker, but still 0 stars. Let's throw it to Mold on the floor.
We are back here in the war room, guys, with Greenland. Very, very close attack. I'm going to send him over to Nick for a quick interview where you can ask him some questions. Guys, as y'all can tell, the vibe in here is still crazy, and we have only just begun.
Alrighty, so I wish we could be meeting under a little better circumstances, but obviously there's a lot of pressure in here. How was it being the first attack?
It was very difficult because they just changed the bases just 2 minutes before, so I didn't have the time because the first to attack, so I should say to the television what town I'm going to attack, so I only have like in the clouds only 30 seconds to prepare my attack, so that's why, yeah.
Yeah, the vibe around the table is good though? You guys feeling?
Yeah, it's very good, yeah.
All right, sweet. More to come from the war room.
Excellent. Well, you know, Greenland, we met him, and honestly, I've seen a lot of his attacks. He's one of the best war attackers I've seen. So the pressure definitely got to him. Really, you know, congratulations out to him for being the first one to undertake this much pressure.
Yeah, it's tough when you're the one of the chosen people to do a live attack, and to do that in front of thousands of people is rough. So I'm sure with the second attack, we're going to keep track of that. But still, we have another live attack for you guys, which is between Finland and Sweden, and we're having Niall attack Finn. So this is exciting. We talked to Niall earlier, as well as Finn. You guys might remember from Finnish Clash. I think it should be a pretty epic battle, and we'll see if they can hold up.
Every one of these attackers is a solid war attacker. They knew what they were getting themselves into, and they know that they're going after these maxed or nearly maxed bases. It's going to be exciting. So we'll get right into that live attack right now, I think.
Yep, he's just training up some troops. We're getting that ready. I think things should be fine. 1 0-star won't hurt you. You can keep raiding. It's all about making sure you get 2 stars on every single base, and then try and increase your percentage points, or go for the mystery 3-star. And if you can pull a 3-star out, it's going to be amazing.
Okay. Yep, definitely. I mean, I think that the end of that raid, we saw that getting a 1-star didn't really matter. It's all about the 2-star in those first attacks.
Absolutely. Let's throw it to the live raid right now. We do have that ready for you guys. Niall is attacking Finn. You can see them on the bottom right and top left. And he's actually going to go ahead and attack Ode today. So Ode is number 8. Niall switching it up, and let's see what he does. And he does have some
a pair of healers. A pair of healers. This could be exciting. We'll see if that is used in conjunction with the Queen. We've seen some Queen healer raids recently. It'll be very cool if that's what is happening here. But 3 enclosures opened already.
Yeah, very nice placement of the wall breakers. That definitely takes a lot of pressure off when you can take them out using only 2 wall breakers each. He's going to drop some more on the bottom. Golem in the clan castle through the top. And so far, so good for this raid from Niall.
Yep, we got balloons coming out of the defensive clan castle and minions, so that could be a bit of a surprise, but they've gone way off to the left, nowhere near the heroes. Love that jump spell placement.
Wow, that was an amazing job of getting his golems and his king and queen to go to the center of the base. Yep. This is almost flawless so far. I haven't seen too many things wrong with this. He does have to worry about the clan castle troops on the bottom, but so far so good. I'm really liking this attack from Niall.
Yep, there goes the poison spell. Just the minions are going to get out of range, but the rest of the balloons are down. We're closing. There's a single target Inferno on the golem. The king is just about down, but the queen's still at full health and has the royal cloak. There's the first star.
All right, so he still has 2 healers left. Not sure when he's going to use those. Maybe for the wizard and the P.E.K.K.A. towards the end. We're going to have to see what happens with that. At 39%, things are still looking solid. Plenty of troops left to get 50% against this base.
Wow, here it comes. P.E.K.K.A. healer. I have never seen this used before. Honestly, this is the first time I've seen this strategy, and it's going to be for extra percentage points down here on the bottom left of the screen. 45%. There goes the queen's royal cloak. She's going to grab more percentage points in the center, and wow, we're going to see this is going to go well past 50. The question is, how far past 50 can he get?
Absolutely. The P.E.K.K.A. can survive for long, but he can only tank 2 defenses at once, so as long as these archers are attacking him, he might be okay, but the mortar shell is doing some more damage as well, so I think he's going to go down in just a second.
Yeah, he's just barely surviving a thread of health, and there it is, the P.E.K.K.A. death sound effect, and now the healers have nothing left to do, and with only 1 archer left to deploy. Nope, okay, so the healers did find an archer, and we're at 56%. There's an extra building right there, the camp. He's happy about that. You see that relief as he dropped that archer. You never know. If this comes down to a tie, a single building could make the difference at the end of this war.
Absolutely. I think 57% is a really good attack for 2 stars. I think somewhere around 50% average could win the tiebreaker. It just depends on how the other raids go, but very nice attack from Niall. The pressure is definitely off after a victory like that, and it looks like he's going to end up at 58%. Let's see what he has to say in the war room.
Fantastic. There it is. Finland just...
Welcome back to the War Room, guys. That was a great attack. Everyone in here is super excited about the first 2-star. Now you can go ahead and head over to Nick. He's going to ask you a couple of questions. Guys, make sure that y'all also continue sending in your tweets. #LiveClash.
All right, so off the bat, I got to ask. I've never seen healers on a P.E.K.K.A. like that. Have you planned that before, or is that on the fly?
Of course it was planned. This, I mean, is a matter of distraction, so I have to plan to get in as much building as possible. But this was just a trailer, so it's coming more.
More is definitely coming, but you absolutely demolished that base. 2-star, no question, and a strong, good start for only 1 attack, 2 stars for Sweden.
Thank you, thank you.
All right, more coming from the War Room in just a few minutes.
Wow.
Excellent.
Nice attack. I love the healers. We've been seeing some more of those lately. Some crazy attacks using healers and the Archer Queen. So our first taste of the healer today, I feel like it's not going to be the last.
I agree. I was surprised to see the way it was used, but we also talked about that end of the battle cleanup, trying to get those extra percentage points. I really feel like, based upon what we're seeing, that they're going to need to be getting between 60 and 70% damage just to make sure they have that tiebreaker edge.
Absolutely. Well, we have been getting tweets from you guys using the tweet #LiveClash. Let's send it back to Nick and Mold on the floor to see what you guys have been saying.
That's right, the tweets continue to roll in. This one's coming from @BasarHoxa77 saying, which army compositions do you guys prefer? Go Wipe, Go Iwi, Lunyan, Lava Lunyan, and why? So, all the big ones up there. No all goblin, no all giant. I don't know. What's your favorite mold?
Personally, I love P.E.K.K.A, so Go Wipe is where I go when I'm going to wars. I think P.E.K.K.A s are an amazing troop, and we just saw them in action right there.
Yeah, anything with a lot of Quake spells gets it done for me. What about you, Pat and Galadon?
Well, I think for me, everyone can tell right now, golems and wizards are super powerful. A 7 golem attack is almost a guaranteed 2-star. So golems and wizards, you could throw some P.E.K.K.A in there too, like I do, but extremely strong right now.
Yeah, took the words right out of my mouth. That's what I've been using. 7 golems, 14 wizards, and I even like you bringing 4 jump spells. I grew up on Go Wipe, but right now the meta is just so tilted towards golems. I think they're super strong if you can pay attention and make sure you grab those outside buildings.
Yep, it's all about making sure the golems go to the center, just like Niall did in that last raid. He did an excellent job, but the live attacks aren't stopping here, and we're going to go ahead and bring the next one up in just a second. It looks like we're going to have Finland attacking Sweden, with James attacking someone of the Swedish clan. So maybe they can get a little bit of revenge after that 2-star from Niall.
It should be interesting to see this one. James, the leader of Finland, is going to be out there hoping for 2 stars. Again, we're looking at the first 10 attacks, so we're not seeing cleanup attacks. They don't know what is in the clan castle yet, so we might have some surprises in those clan castles.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. We've had some stuff before in the clan castle. We did some rehearsals. There was a little bit of trolling with some wall breakers, some Valkyries. You never know what people can bring out.
They were not revealing their secrets, that's for sure. We saw a lot of goblins coming out of clan castles.
Yeah,
so
it was pretty interesting, but still, let's go ahead and check out James, as it looks like he's going to attack Victor. He might still be scouting out some bases.
Yep, it's James, and I've seen James. In fact, we had the pleasure of spending time with James before, remember, for Finish Clash, and he's an expert, absolute expert at the dragon and balloon attack. So here he goes, leading with a rage spell and the balloons to take out that first air defense.
All right, looks like the balloons are going in. He's going to go ahead and make a pathway for his dragons, make sure he gets that air defense out of the way. The Queen's going to do a good amount of damage against those balloons right there, but a couple lightning spells up top to take care of that second air defense.
Yep, they achieved their goal, and that was to take out the first air defense. The second one lightninged out of existence, and now the Lava Hound is going to be brought out towards the edge. And James taking his time with this one.
Yep, balloon was to check if there were any seeking air mines. I think that's what he was going for. Now he's going to go ahead and drop his dragons to take care of that Lava Hound. Unfortunately, one of the archer towers will be attacking him while he does that, but still, he should be fine. He might lose a dragon, but hopefully not too much else.
Yep, and he's got 8 remaining and a trio of balloons. Just 1 rage spell, though, and we'll probably see is him save that rage spell and try to predict where the biggest group of dragons will be as they approach the town hall.
Absolutely. 2 more balloons. One of them did catch a seeking air mine. That is really big to make sure that his dragons don't have to deal with that. Now the rest of his attack is coming in, and he's going to shoot to try to get close to 50% so his king and queen can clean it up.
Yeah, you can see how widely spread these dragons are. This is actually wider than what we're used to, and I do think it's exactly because he's trying to focus on getting as many percentage points as he can with the dragons and then get those heroes in there and grab that town hall.
All right, he's sitting at 27% right now. He still has his rage spell. We're waiting on him to use that.
There
and the queen's still there as well, so it's going to be a tough time getting to the core, but I do see a path maybe on the right-hand side, but there's a lot of buildings there. I don't know how he's going to do it.
Yeah, I really think he had hoped to get at least one of those 2 Inferno Towers, one of the 3 Expos down. And you can see Victor looking pretty relaxed in the top left corner right now. He's pretty happy about what's happening here, hoping he can stop the 2-star attack.
All right, well, king and queen have gone down right now. The queen does have a mind of his own, or her own right now, and she's going to take care of that wizard tower. And you see a little bit of a look of frustration on James' face while Victor is all smiles.
No wall breakers, and again, the queen wouldn't have to get through that innermost wall, but you look at the wall that she's on right now.
Wow,
that is typical queen behavior for you right there.
This is crazy.
This is disappointing.
I can see the disappointment in James' face. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed that the queen would attack a wall and a king would attack another wall.
Well, she'll come out. There she goes. So she'll come out and take the path that the king created. But 43% damage. The king just about down. Ability used. it's looking like James is really up against it right now.
You know, he could get to 50%, but probably not much more than that in case his queen can take care of 2 more buildings after this expo. But definitely not going to get that 2nd star that he was hoping for, unfortunately. But he is going to get 1 star, and he's at least going to get that imaginary war loot bonus. That's what matters, right?
Imaginary war loot bonus. That's what we're all looking at. Victor applauding his base, holding on. Slight variations to popular bases that we're seeing today.
Yep, very, very nice defense right there. Only 1 star. He's going to let the battle run out right now for a couple of swag points. Hits 0 seconds. And let's take a look at the scoreboard right now because things have definitely changed since we last checked in. So currently, it's 9-4 with Finland leading Sweden. And let's throw it to Mold on the floor.
Welcome back to the War Room, guys. I'm here with the guys from Finland. James, you can go ahead and head over to Nick. He's going to ask you a couple of questions. Guys, the look on everyone's faces in here is just happiness from all the teams. Everyone is so excited just to be involved in such an awesome event like Nordic Clash 2015.
This room is erupting, and James, was that the attack you really wanted here, or how'd that go?
It didn't go so very well. I think my nerves got the better of me. Hands still trembling. It's not an easy place to attack.
No way. This is in no way easy. There's tons of people here. And how do you and mostly the audience feel about Finland being currently up against Sweden?
I think it's great. It's always good to face Sweden.
All right, guys. We'll be back in the War Room soon.
Wow, it is just an absolute pressure cooker in there. I know it's warm, and just the crowds in there, the lights, the attention, all the people watching, just got to be like nothing else.
Yeah, it's a madhouse in there, especially if you're a Finnish player and you have all these Finns. You have Supercell, who of course are located in Helsinki, all watching you at the same time. And especially when your queen and king attack separate walls, it's pretty tough out there, man.
I feel bad for James. I mean, I've never seen him not pull off a great attack. So obviously the pressure was really there, and it wasn't easy. But you know what? There's another live attack coming up right away. We're not going to waste any time, as I believe. Henrik attacking Chris, I think. Yeah, we've got it up on the screen. Chris, our only female clasher, prepared to defend against Henrik 44.
All right, let's see what we can do. Henrik is the leader of Norway, so he will be going all out using 6 golems and 21 wizards if you include what's inside of the clan castle. Chris looks pretty excited right now, but he could wipe the smile off his face or her face with a 3-star. You never know.
Yeah, well, it's kind of that anti-3-star base setup. You can see the town hall a little bit off center, and definitely, like we heard from the attackers earlier, last-minute changes, so they had absolutely no time to study these bases.
And if you notice that golem on the top left, you're probably wondering why the heck would he attack up there, but you can see he's trying to go for those extra percentage points in case there is a tiebreaker situation where that's going to come into play.
That's a great idea because, again, with an anti-3-star base, the town hall much easier to get to than one that's perfectly centered in the core. Clan Castle troops have come out, 22% damage. There's the jump spell. He's got plenty of spells left, plenty of time, and he hasn't deployed his Clan Castle yet either. So we could see another late Clan Castle deployment after percentage points.
Yep, looks like the king and queen are going down now. He still has plenty of golems. He's going to drop his poison spell. It's a little bit of a cluster right there, so let's see if he can hold on.
That is a massive confrontation right there. All sorts of spells dropping. There goes a free spell. Grab the Inferno Tower.
Yep, looks pretty solid. The Hound just went down, which is really good. His queen has not been touched just yet. So if she can fight through all these crazy amounts of troops over here, then he should be able to get to her town hall. But we'll have to see what happens. The queen's being shot down right now.
Yep, the last free spell went down there. Oh, just barely grabbed the royal cloak just before she went down. That was a good timing there from Henrik. And she is indeed probably not going to take the town hall down.
Wow, so he went for the gold right there. She's super excited. He went for the gold right there, but now it's going to be tough. He still has a golem to try to make it into to 50%, but this is rough. I don't think we're going to see a 2-star or maybe even a 1-star in this raid.
Yeah, this is going to be tough. And again, everybody at home, and just when you see the atmosphere here and the pressure that these players are under, these are probably war attackers that have 4-starred or better every single war for who knows how long.
Yeah,
and it's so much easier when you're at home by yourself, and the only people that are watching you are maybe a handful of clan members.
Yeah, all these players, I believe, are in Titan League, somewhere around Titan 2, and most of the time we raid with Doritos on our couch, but when you raid like this, things are pretty crazy. So 47%, he's getting pretty close to 50, but I think his final damage dealers just went down, and 48% is going to be the result of this war or battle.
Look at Chris. I can't read lips or Danish, but I think she's pretty happy over there with that victory.
Wow, amazing stuff. Looks like the score is going to stay to 13-9. Norway with the lead over Denmark with the same amount of attacks. Let's throw it back to the floor.
Welcome back to the War Room, everyone. Henrik, good try. Head on over to Nick. He's going to ask you some questions. Guys, the energy in here is still awesome. It is amazing. You can see Chris over there from Denmark with a huge smile on her face after that defense. I know there's so much more to come.
All right, so on that attack there, I noticed the delayed golem in the clan castle. Is that just a tactic because we have to get the percentage in this war?
Yeah, that was the plan. But not a good plan this time. Sorry for that.
It's all right. Overall, still a pretty good attack, and Norway does lead 13-9. So how is the whole clan feeling?
I think we're going to win. So we have the second attack now. We go for it.
All right, second attack of pure confidence coming from the War Room in just a few.
All right, looks like Henrik's confidence hasn't been shaken even after that loss. And you know what? That's a good thing to have. As a leader, you can't crumble under pressure and let your clanmates know that you're nervous.
Exactly. I mean, it's all about confidence, and the Nordic people are pretty well known for being confident but calm. They don't brag. They're not, they're not arrogant. They're very quiet and quietly skilled.
Yep. Well, that's going to do it for the live attacks for now. We're going to have some more at the end of the war as we get down to the wire. But let's go ahead and check out some replays. And we're going to show some replays of some raids we've had earlier, which have been pretty awesome.
Excellent. So it looks like the first one is coming up. It's going to be Finland attacking Sweden, and Pat's got it on his iPad. We're going to take a look at Odie attacking Ade from Sweden.
All right, let's check it out right now. Ade is the leader of Sweden, so it would be a nice morale boost that they ended up getting 2 stars against this base. Let's see what he can do as we fast forward as he checks out the base. So a long stare down to this base, and you can see he's finally going down with some of his balloons through the bottom of it.
It's brought 3 haste spells, so that's kind of unusual. Early haste spells to help get those balloons in towards those defenses, and definitely a different strategy than we're used to seeing. So 3 haste spells, 2 of those haste spells taking up a regular elixir spell slot. So just 2 rage and 2 freeze available in addition to the remaining 2 haste spells.
Yep, so it looks like he's dragged the Lava Hound out successfully. That's going to be a big deal for his queen as well as all the other like minions and lava pups later in the raid. So let's watch as they slowly take this guy down. Fast forward just a little bit as we make our way there, and the Lava Hound will show no resistance as the minions end up taking it out.
Yep, and patiently waiting for those lava pups to go down to the minions before he starts the rest of his attack. And there it is. We've got Lava Hound from the left coming in after that deeply buried air defense. See, all 4 of those air defenses really deeply buried in this village, and that does make for a different layout. We're continuing to see unusual base defensive layouts here, which really makes this really cool to watch.
Yep, it's pretty crazy. This guy definitely has a strong core for guarding against air defense, but both of the air sweepers were turned the other way, so that's why he decided to attack from the bottom, and we'll see if that pays off towards the end. So for now, a couple of minions taking care of some free buildings on the outside. I feel like he definitely has a guaranteed 50%, but how is he going to get to the town hall?
It looks like it's so many exposed structures on the bottom left and plenty of time for the minions to get through. Here comes the last haste spell, the balloons. Lava Hound moving in again, sweeping way across this village. Interesting layout. I actually like the fact that the air sweepers are set that way because you have so much air splash damage and 3 remaining air defenses as well. So here come the heroes.
Yep, heroes have just been dropped, the king at least, and the king's going to take care of some of these buildings on the outside. He doesn't want his queen to get too crazy and run all the way around the base, so he's going to wait for these to go down and then follow up with the queen in just a second.
Yep, and like you said, Pat, we're well past 50%. There comes the queen, and she should move towards the inside. After that elixir storage goes down, it's a matter of where she heads from here. She's going to be too far from the town hall to shoot it without getting through at least 1 layer of walls, but we have an opening to her right. She's going to work on that expo, freeze on one of the Inferno towers, and here she comes. This is going to be close.
This is going to be close, but notice that his queen is unable to defend the town hall because she's too far away, and it looks like he's going to have a straight shot with his queen towards the town hall, and he already has over 60%.
Look at that. That is a brilliant attack. That is great. The queen untouched at this point, and you're right, 61% damage. The town hall goes down without any sort of fight, and now it's just a matter of how many more percentage points can the queen grab to help give Finland that percentage tally towards what could be a tie at the end of this. 64%.
Yep, 64%. Wow. Really nice raid. Let's send it back to the war room to see what's happening.
Welcome back to the War Room, guys. How do we feel about these guys from Finland? Awesome attack. We're only halfway through, so we've got so much more action for you guys, so make sure that you pay attention to that screen.
Fantastic. Thanks, Molt. And that was an awesome attack. Very cool to see. Again, we're trying to remind you guys the fact that this is such a different setup that the tiebreaker is going to come down to total damage done. And, you know, Pat and I both kind of predicted that we might not see any 3-star attacks here today, especially now that we're seeing the pressure is really on these players.
Yeah, absolutely. And taking a look at the scores that we have right now, Finland and Sweden are knotted up right now, 10-10, with Sweden having 1 more attack, using 10, and Finland has used 9. So it's definitely extremely close in that war. And again, that's the real bloodbath that we've been waiting for.
Exactly. That's been the giant rivalry that we've been waiting to see. And so we're going to move on to another attack replay. And it looks like right now, Norway and Denmark, Norway having used 10 of their 20 attacks has 15 stars.
Okay.
And Denmark has used 11 of their attacks and has 11 stars. But we've got this replay up on the screen. Tor Arne Krol against Rod of Denmark.
All right, let's check it out. Let's see what he's using. It looks like a little bit of a go-wee-wee with golems, witches, and wizards. 13 wall breakers and a jump spell. Let's see what he can pull off.
Yeah, we've got another one of those anti-3-star style bases and a pretty wide spread of these golems. Not as wide as we saw the spread of the dragons or maybe that last attack. But again, focusing on damage and trying to get the 2 stars. So much pressure on these guys.
All right, looks like he's making his way in. Pretty solid so far.
Did I see goblins come out of the clan castle?
No way.
I did. I saw goblins out of the defensive clan castle.
Uh-oh, we got some trollers on their team.
Wow.
Maybe left over from the rehearsal wars, but still, Town Hall's down 25%. Let's see if he can make his way towards a 2nd star.
Yep, and the queen is behaving. She's behind these golems right here, so she's got golem bodyguards, and that could make the difference for how many percentage of damage that we see later on. There's a golem way off to the outside, and the queen still almost full health. She's got at least 2 full-size golems. Now she's got 3 full-size golems in front of her.
Well, looks like he's at 39%. The queen definitely has a couple of bodyguards up front, which is always so nice to have inside of an attack, as well as 4 minions and 4 archers left to get some extra percentage points towards the ends of the raid. But for now, let's focus on the queen and see what she can do with her bodyguards up front.
Yeah, 45% damage, and he's got, those extra troops he hasn't deployed. The queen doing a great job here. Now, if she'll turn and take out the defending king, that would help the matters for the golems a little bit. Okay, so the king is down. Wow, we got 1 minute and 10 seconds about left right now.
And yeah, Queen's got the 50%. Yep. That's going to be the 2nd star. Again, we're hoping to get 2 stars in every base and then work from there. So she's taken that out. And now with his Queen's ability and a couple of extra troops, he should be able to try to get to up to 50%, which would be an amazing raid.
50 or maybe 60 or 70, as he's at 55 right now. And there she goes. There's her royal cloak, 56%. She's gone around the outside, though. And the golem's on the inside.
Oh, no way. The golems are going to be able to tank for the queen again, which is amazing.
Wait. She's come back.
But the single target Inferno Tower definitely is going to say no to too many more buildings being blown up. But still above 60%. He's at 64%.
Yeah, she's already used her royal cloak, so there she goes. Her time is short. Good night.
All right, well, 2 minions and 2 archers left. Plus, looks like we already have some on the battlefield right now. Let's take a look as he deploys them around, and 2 more buildings will go down for a really, really nice attack for 67%. Amazing. Let's see what's happening over at the Norwegian table.
Guys, welcome back to the War Room. The Norwegians, are y'all happy with that? That was a great, great attack. Remember, guys, it's not only stars that are important, but also the percentage of damage that is done. Right now, Norway is in the lead with only 1 more attack used. So the rest of the clan war is going to be pretty interesting.
All right, well, very nice attack. 67% could be one of the turning points that we look back on when this war's over.
It was the highest damage raid that had been done so far in this war between Norway and Denmark. So we'll see if anybody can best that, but 67%, super high, especially for the conditions that they're facing in there.
Yeah, definitely. You guys have been tweeting at us a ton using the hashtag LiveClash, so we're going to send it back to Nick at the podium to see what you guys have been tweeting.
All right, so our next Twitter question comes from @TooQuickForYou, and he is asking, are we going to be seeing Clan War tournaments in the future? Now, Clan War tournaments, that could be 2 different things. That could be in-game, a new tournament mode. That could be things like this. Like this right here would be absolutely amazing. I love this. We had that little 5v5 YouTuber Clan War tournament earlier on in May. But in-game, what do you think about that?
I mean, obviously, we can't answer for sure, but it would definitely be something we would love to see. Pat, Galadon, how do y'all feel about it?
Yeah, you know what? My thought on this is It's really up to you guys at home. If the people respond to this, if people love this, if they like this format, then they speak out, and you know that Supercell's going to listen, and I think that will increase the chances of us seeing this in-game at some point.
Yep, Clan Wars, there's a ton of really community-driven updates that have been added to the game, so anything, if this is something that you guys would like to see, I know I would love to go against your clan and maybe have some sort of crazy YouTuber war, so let Supercell know if you want to see it, whether it's on Twitter, the forums, any sort of social media, and I'm sure they'll see that. So we still have some more attack replays for you guys. I'm going to head it back over to the Sweden versus Finland war, and let's go ahead and check out what MP Wonder can do against Petri. It's, again, super close in Sweden versus Finland. Last time we checked, it was 10-10. Let's see what's happening right now.
Excellent. So we've got number 8 versus number 10, and another ground-based attack and a pair of healers again. So really seeing the vast majority of these attacks being ground. Did that jump spell work? It was too far to the inside, and it didn't quite catch that outer wall, but a good save with the wall breakers there, opening that enclosure, and indeed it will lead in towards the Town Hall enclosure. And here comes a dragon, and giants, and balloons.
Yeah, wow. He got extremely close to having his king run around the outside. Unfortunately, his P.E.K.K.A.s are going to do the P.E.K.K.A. go round, which means they won't play much of a factor to get to the Town Hall, but that could work out for him later in the raid if he ends up getting a ton of percentage points.
Exactly. It's an important turning point right here. Will the king get targeted by that single target Inferno before he gets the Town Hall down? That can be critical. His ability has already been used, but there goes the Town Hall and freezing the single target Inferno.
Yep, looks like the Queen still has her ability as well as the healer, which we are still wondering what the healer's going to do because there's only wizards left, and queuing that, he's going to go ahead and drop the wizards right now on this P.E.K.K.A., which should remain around the same health, and if he can kill either the cannon or the archer tower, he'll be able to regenerate health and become a force later in this raid.
It's going to be close, though. The Queen isn't going to go over there by the P.E.K.K.A. Boy, the P.E.K.K.A. is just barely holding on by a thread, but now with only the archer tower firing on her, she should survive. She dodges the mortar ball there and moves on. 52% damage, so another great attack. It is great to see these 2-star raids being pushed as far as they can past 50%.
Yep, this has been great so far. Only a cannon attacking the P.E.K.K.A., so it's slowly going to regain health, as well as the Queen has their ability in the center of the base. So at almost 60%, things are going nearly perfect for MP Wonder, besides the jump spell in the beginning.
That is a heroic P.E.K.K.A. right there. If I've ever heard of a heroic unit right there, the P.E.K.K.A. actually regaining health now, much more health than she had just a few seconds ago. And we're about to lose the Queen, 62% damage. And the P.E.K.K.A. just about to go to the Tesla.
All right, well, the Teslas do double damage to the P.E.K.K.A.s, so he's going to go down, unfortunately not able to survive. There is an archer on a recon mission in the center of this, so nice to see that she's going to take that out. So let's see what else. We've got 2 minions, we've got 4 archers, a couple of wall breakers, so maybe we can get something else on the outside of the base.
Yeah, we also noticed the AI there, the healer, ignoring the single archer. A single spaced unit like that, an archer will not get healed by a healer. It takes 2 of them.
Yep, and it looks like all the troops that he tried to drop. Oh, a couple of wall breakers.
More wall breakers.
Wow.
Here they come.
There they go, and there they go.
Right.
65%.
Wow.
Throw it over to Sweden to see what MP Wonder has going on over there.
Welcome back to the War Room, guys. Hey, how do we feel about that attack, Sweden? Are we happy with it? We're happy with it. Seeing that P.E.K.K.A. get healed up was crazy, and I know we're going to see a lot more amazing strategies from these guys because they definitely know what they're doing.
All right, well, that was an awesome attack. Welcome if you guys have just joined in. We've had an amazing tournament so far. We're in the semifinals right now with Finland facing Sweden and Norway facing Denmark, and it's pretty close with 12 minutes left in the first wars.
Yep, and for those of you who have joined us late, these are the semifinal wars, and the winner of each of these wars, we've got 2 wars going on at the same time, will face each other in the final for Nordic supremacy, and you'll see it here in just a few minutes.
Yeah, a quick rundown of the rules, again, if you guys have just joined in. These are extremely fast clan wars. It's a 10v10, again, between these 4 Nordic countries, and it's 4 10-player clans, and they're going to battle it out to see who's going to represent the Nordics in a trip to Seoul, South Korea.
Yep, and that trip is going to be a big point for them to focus on. But they had 15 minutes to prepare, and that's a big difference for this. 45 minutes of war time, and we're running down into about the last 10 minutes or so of the war.
Yep, troops are instant, heroes instantly regenerate, and if we take a look at the scores right now, it looks like Finland is winning 13-12 over Sweden using 1 last attack. And then if you take a look at Denmark and Norway...
Norway has a significant lead right now. They're ahead 19-14 stars, but they have used 2 more attacks. But they are closing in in on having 2-starred every single base. So that is some exciting stuff. But again, Denmark with 7 attacks remaining.
Absolutely. Well, looking at another replay, we're going to stay on the same topic. We have Sweden and Finland. They're duking it out right now. It is super, super close, so every star is going to matter. And let's go ahead and check out Lord Oliver as he attacks Jason.
All right, so we've got another slightly unusual base. We're not seeing the typical bases that we see every day, especially not in trophy hunting. But again, we've got a ground-based army, a little bit of everything in this one, but I don't see a dark spell.
Yeah, I don't see... Oh, I do see a dark spell. It's hiding down there on the very bottom. You see that?
Oh, you're right. Okay.
It's a little bit of a poison spell.
So many different units. We've got 2 rows for this army composition. I didn't even notice that. We've got some Hog Riders and minions in there left to deploy, and the Hog Riders just got sent in.
All right, I guess the Hog Riders... I don't even know. Oh, I don't even know where the Hog Riders went.
Wow, that's
Did they go on the bottom?
Giant mess at the bottom of the screen there.
Yeah,
and now we've got the heroes wandering away from the golems off to the right-hand side. Minds of their own. The heroes and the P.E.K.K.A. didn't want to have anything to do with those golems, and that could be troublesome.
Well, he did have that jump spell remaining, which is going to be super key. The Queen does have long enough range to shoot over the top and get the Town Hall. He just needs to keep her away from the single-targeted Inferno Tower, and that's why he's going to freeze that right now as his King activates his ability and runs around the center of the base.
That was a clutch jump spell right there. To be able to react in the middle of an attack like that and see when things aren't quite going your way, dropping the jump spell, maybe not where you had originally intentioned.
Absolutely, and if you're wondering where the damage is, he still has 9 wizards in his army camps. That means he's going to be able to do a ton of damage to the rest of the base. If he can get the Town Hall, which he will right now at 45%, again, still 9 wizards left, this one is going to be a bloodbath.
Yep, there goes the Queen's Royal Cloak, and she's going to take out structure after structure. Again, 2 stars, not even a question here. The P.E.K.K.A.'s on the outside going down, but still several wizards left. Minions, archers, barbarians, 54. We could see another 60+% win.
Wow, what a great attack, especially because looking at the scoreboard, Finland is tied with Sweden 13-13. Denmark holding 5 stars down against Norway. It's coming down to the wire with only 8.5 minutes left for the rest of these semifinals.
So 58% Archer working on the gold mine at the top of the screen. It looks like that second gold mine is also going to go down, but not to that minion. So 58%. Here comes a few more units just struggling again. So interesting to see with these players concerning themselves with a potential tiebreaker, really focusing on the last structures, even when you've already grabbed 2 stars. Because again, if it's tied, it's going to come down to which clan did the most damage with the best attacks.
Yep. Looks like we're at 62%. That minion's going to go down, which finishes off our raid as Lord Oliver pulls 2 stars against Jason from Finland.
Wow.
Guys, we're back here in the war room once again with Sweden. Hey, guys, how are y'all feeling right now? You feeling good? They're feeling good. Guys, the crowd, everyone in here is enjoying it. People are crowding around the TVs, just glued to them because the action is intense. It is still tied up between Sweden and Finland, and there's so much more to come.
Thank you so much, Molt. That was a great attack. Good choice. I really enjoyed seeing that. It's so fun to watch the percentage damage being such a critical part of these wars.
Yep, it's going to be a huge factor, but before we get into anything else, let's go ahead and check out our next live attack. We're going back to the live attacks as this comes down to the wire. Only 7 minutes left to determine who's going to go to the final round. So it looks like we have Finn right here who will be attacking. It looks like Lord Oliver, who just got that 2-star against Finland.
Yeah, this is going to be exciting. We see a pretty traditional Lava Lunian army here. 3 rage, 2 freeze. I'm guessing that the 3rd Lava Hound is out of the clan castle, and everybody moving in from the right-hand side. So much pressure on Finn right now. And look at Lord Oliver. Such consternation on his face, waiting to see what's going to happen to his village.
All right, well, it looks like he is going in using Lava Lunian, dropping all of his troops as one of the Lava Hounds does blow up. Still holding onto the heroes to make sure he can use those towards the end, but we'll see if he can get to the center of the base and try to get the 2 stars that Finland desperately needs to make some distance between them and Sweden.
Yeah, I like the placement of that first freeze spell. Caught the Queen, the Tesla, and the multi-target Inferno. There goes the second freeze spell on the distant Inferno Tower, which I think was probably a good move. The last of the balloons about to go down, 40% damage. Looks like maybe, they can't quite get that Expo out of the way on the far right-hand side.
Yep, looks like the King and Queen still are alive in the center, and because of that, I don't know if he's going to be able to get to the Town Hall. He might be relegated to shoot for 50%, which is sort of tough. I don't know if this base has already been 1-starred.
Yeah, that's a good question. I can't tell from looking at it right now, but 41%. And I'm thinking the town hall so well protected. That Expo out to the right.
Yep, it looks like this base hasn't been attacked yet for a single star, so every star will count. Let's hope that he can get that first one using his king and his queen.
This could be a tie-breaking attack, at least for right now. They're tied at 15 stars each, and he's just working on trying to focus where those heroes are going to come from. All right, King top left, going to grab the first star for damage for sure.
Yep, King's going to do a great job. Wallbreaker's going down as well. You can see on the player cams that this is super serious. It was pretty fun. It was pretty much fun in games earlier, but now that we're coming down to the wire and this is tied up, everything is on the line, and I'm super excited to see how this ends up.
Yeah, this is so tight. You can see Finn's got another clan member in behind him, maybe giving him some reinforcement. 40, is that 49? 49% as the king falls. Well, and now you've got the queen and a poison spell.
All right, he's going to go ahead and poison those guys right there. Very smart. He can just wait for that balloon to burn down. It's just a matter of where can he get the most percentage points in case it comes down to that in the end. He has to decide, does he want to go on the bottom left, on the top left, or on the very bottom? Those seem to be the three most popular choices, maybe even the top right near that dark barracks.
That's a good point, because you can't discount the possibility that this war could end with 2-star attacks winning the war, because the pressure is just so intense on these guys. So this percentage point battle right here could end up being a deciding factor, even though it's only a 1-star attack.
All right, hands on the face for Finn. He looks pretty disappointed, but you know what? Still, he got 54%. At least he got a single star. He's going to shoot down this archer tower right here, and in a second, Queen's going to go down.
All right, so wrapping up that attack, 1 new star for Finland should give them the lead. So let's go check it out in the war room.
Welcome back to the war room, everybody. How are we feeling? Are we feeling good? Everybody in here is enjoying it. I'm here next to Finn. He's going to head over to Nick, and Nick's going to ask him a couple of questions. But guys, one thing you can notice is patience in these raids is very, very important, and everybody here seems to have a good sense of patience.
Now, Finn, I know the crowd seemed to love that one, but we saw a lot of shaking of the head. Was that what you wanted to go down right
Well,
there?
we've got Molt in the background, but I think that we're just going to move right on to the final attack instead.
Yep.
Time is counting down on these wars. We're into just the last few minutes of these wars. Things are so tight. And indeed, we don't see a 20-star score yet on the board between Finland, Sweden, Norway, or Denmark.
No 20-star scores. Let's go ahead and check out live attack number 6, which is going to be between Denmark and Norway, and it's going to be rolled attacking dibs.
I believe that's rolled.
Rolled. All right, well, he's already in it right now. Look at this. He's at 42%. He's already used both of his abilities with his queen taking fire on the top left-hand side. Let's see if he can pull out 2 stars, which would be crucial for Denmark, seeing as they are down 2 stars in this war.
Yeah, this is crazy. So much pressure on these guys. Really so much more than maybe anybody anticipated. It is not easy. Far top left of the screen, you can see the Dark Elixir drill goes down for 47. The minion, though, not going to be able to get through that next barracks.
Yep, I don't see it right now. I don't see where he can get that 2nd star. Wizard could go on that builder hut, but, you know, that's only going to be... He needs 3 buildings. He needs 3 buildings, and I don't see it.
4 archer towers, 5 archer towers, all on the outer perimeter. There's no way that he's going to hit 50% here.
Yep, that's a bummer. You can see that Dibs is super excited. Rolled is not happy. It's very, very tough out there. It's tough to get those 2-star raids, 47%. And you can see his face, 19-17. This one is looking pretty grim for Denmark right now.
Wow, so there's the score. We've got Denmark with 17, Norway with 19, with just a pair of attacks each remaining. That is going to be so tough.
Yep, let's throw it out the floor to see what they have to say.
Get right here.
All right, guys, we're down here on the floor. Things wrapping up. It appears Norway has the lead and will be going to the final.
Right.
And then
over here with Finland and Sweden. Sweden with 18, Finland with 17. That means Sweden is going to be heading to the finals as well. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We're going to head to commercials now, and we'll catch y'all right afterwards.
Actually, hold the applause.
Stop the
applause. Stop the press. Don't you dare print that newspaper because we still have attacks left.
We've got so many attacks left. We've got Denmark has an attack remaining. Norway has an attack remaining. And
there's plenty of attacks left for Finland.
There's 4 attacks left for Finland. They can still come back.
They can still come back. If we can get the scores on your screen right now, with 1 minute and 20 seconds left, Sweden is beating Finland 19-17, but Finland has 4 attacks left. If they get a couple of 2-star raids, they're right back in it.
Absolutely. This isn't like a regular clan war where you might have an attacker not carry out their attacks, we're going to see 20 of 20 attacks used unless somebody passes out from the pressure and the heat out there on the floor. So these attacks are going to happen. Norway just finished up. They now have 20 attacks they've completed. So Norway scores 19 stars.
Yep.
So you know what that means? 2 stars win wars. It's true. It's happening right in front of us right here. In fact, the war is over. The war is over.
And it looks like Norway is going to be our first finalist. But Finland versus Sweden is going on right now. Let's go ahead and get right into a live attack where we're trying to see if a Mario can get 2 stars against Lord Oliver. This is, everything is on the line.
Oh my
and
gosh.
Either Martin 12 or Mario is going for 2 stars, which is desperately what Finland needs to get right back into this war.
Man, Pat's got all this Finland-Sweden iPads over here. It's so cool to see. This is really getting down to it. Attacks already going on. 27% damage. Town Hall's not down. Dragons moving in from the bottom of the screen. Man, Dragons and Lava Hounds.
Dragons and Lava Hounds seems to be a popular army composition today, but we haven't seen it work out super effectively. It hasn't worked out, so hopefully it works out a little bit better for Finland right here as he goes in through the bottom.
This is so intense. I cannot believe how fast it is. And actually, we're wrapping it up. Time is running out on the war right now. So no more attacks are going to begin. So I imagine that Finland has 4 attacks that are underway simultaneously right now. So it's going to be a matter of this live attack wrapping up and these other live attacks that are happening in the background right now. Can Finland pull out these last stars? Sweden has 1 attack that's underway as well.
Wow, this is crazy. There's tons of action on the battlefield right now. It doesn't look like we're going to be able to improve on the 1 star that's already been hit for Lord Oliver. So no more stars for Finland this base, but they are attacking 2 other bases, and they're going to have to be perfect and pull out 2 stars on both if they want to have a chance to go to the finals.
This is so tight. Sweden with 19 stars and their last attack underway. It's just going to be a matter... Oh, another attack just finished. All right, so...
It's 19-17 still. If you take a look at this war map, it is insane. Finland has 2 attacks left. They have to be perfect and get 2 stars on both of those attacks.
I'm getting tense right now just watching this. I can feel the pressure even from the war room all the way over here, and that's it. It looks like the war's ending right here.
Yep.
I saw the clashing swords disappeared, and it looks like it is going to wrap up.
Yep.
We've got 1 attack still going?
It's going to be Sweden, guys. Sweden has claimed the title. Finland was unable to get those last 2 stars that they needed, and the war should end up 19-17 as Sweden prevails over Finland, setting up a final matchup of Sweden versus Norway to decide who is the Nordic class champions.
Yep. Identical scores. Both clan wins came with 19 stars. So everybody taken by surprise. In fact, actually everybody, but I think I did predict that we might see a score under 20 for a win. I think I said like 1918, maybe 1917. I don't know. But it's so much pressure. It really is.
Yeah.
Let's go to the war room and take a look at the players celebrating and not.
Yep.
Guys, I'm over here with the boys from Sweden. How are we feeling? Yeah? Look at this. They are super, super excited. Nick, how are they looking over there at Norway?
How are we feeling going to the final?
There we are. So that finishes up the semifinal round of Nordic Clash, and it's now Norway and Sweden. And if you just joined us, here we are for a unique tournament clan war setup that you've probably never seen before. Definitely never seen before.
Yeah, definitely. We've just finished up our semifinals. We're having Sweden and Norway face off in the finals, and let's go ahead and run through the rules just one more time if you guys didn't tune in earlier. So first of all, it's actually going to be 4 10-person clans, which now has been whittled down to 2, which is Sweden and Norway clashing off for the final.
Absolutely, and it's a 15-minute preparation time, really not a lot of time to get ready, and a lot of these guys are switching their bases at the last second. We're already into the preparation time for the second and final clan war, and it'll be 45 minutes long.
Yep, troops and heroes are instant, no train time, no regeneration time. They cost absolutely nothing, something we wish we had in the game at some point. But yeah, things were amazing in that first half, and it came down to the wire. Finland had 3 or 4 attacks to try to get back, but Sweden was able to hold them off, even though they were in their hometown of Helsinki, Finland.
That was crazy. That was crazy. And so many attacks being conducted as time ran out. 0 time remaining, and we had like 5 attacks going on at once. We didn't expect that. It was total mayhem. Caught us by surprise, and so did the score.
Yep.
It's so much pressure on these guys. You really feel for them. But the winner, there's a lot at stake. A trip to Seoul, Korea.
Yep, not only Seoul, Korea, but we have some more details for you guys about ClashCon, which is going to be October 24th of 2015. ClashCon is going to be held in Helsinki, Finland. It's for all types of players who want to come by, and the winner of this is actually going to compete at ClashCon, and there's a ton of other stuff planned for ClashCon, which you guys will learn over the next couple of weeks.
It's going to be absolutely crazy. I hope you guys are there. We're going to be there. A lot of other familiar faces you've seen, you know and love, and it's going to be a fantastic time. Definitely another way to make Clash history.
Absolutely. Well, we've already started off the first preparation phase. There's 9 minutes and 40 seconds left until our final kicks off. But I do believe that Nick actually is going to do some interviews in a bit. So let's send it back over to the War Room to see what's going on over there.
Welcome back to the War Room, everyone. I am in between Sweden and Norway, and everyone in here is super excited to see what happens in this final. Nick is actually over at the interview booth with a couple of questions.
All right, so Sweden knocking out Finland, the home team advantage. How does that feel?
Really good, actually. They're big opponents to us, so it feels very good.
The big rivalry has been settled, and now Norway and Sweden both scored 19 stars, if I'm correct, in that war. How do you guys feel going up against Norway?
I think it will be a fair and tight game, and I hope we pull the best one this game, and we're doing the best stars.
All right, best of luck to you. Thank you for that. More from the War Room in just a bit.
All right. Well, that was an amazing battle. And you know what? With that win, Sweden is one step closer to revealing the Surströmming to the world of Clash.
You had to bring that out again.
As well as Galadon.
Again. That's twice now. Three times.
We're close. We're close.
You can have that for dinner.
Yeah. How do you feel about Sweden's chances going to the final? They got the same amount of stars as Norway.
I know. It's interesting to see the fact that they had the same score. So I didn't really see any big, giant advantage for either one of these clans. It's going to be super tight. It's going to be very cool to see. And maybe they can improve. Maybe the nerves will calm a little bit, and we might see some maxed out stars, some 20-star scores here.
Most definitely. We saw a lot of 1 stars in the beginning, a lot of 2 stars at the end. But Nick is available with one of the Norwegian players to give us an interview about how they're feeling.
All right, now similar questions here. Norway trumping Denmark in 1917. How did you guys feel? Was that war pretty good?
Yeah, really good for us. Yeah, we had a lot of good attacks, so we crushed the Danish.
Nice. And now we haven't seen a perfect 2-star on all 10 bases for a 20-star war yet. Are you guys looking for that as final here?
Of course.
All right, definitely more to come and some intense competition from the War Room in just a bit.
In honor of Norway's victory and my Norwegian roots. Got the Viking helmets back on. Mine's about to fall off.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited that we were able to wear these hats again. But let's be quick before our hats fall off. How do you feel about Norway's chances?
I don't know. It's going to be tough. It's going to be interesting to see who pulls this out. It's going to be a tight one, and definitely based upon the first scores, we'll see a close war that comes down to hopefully the last seconds again.
Yep.
And yeah, so I think that we are going to go back out to the War Room maybe and take another Twitter question. Is that right? Let's go check that out.
Yes, it is, Galadon. So we've got CPark9901, and he's saying at Clash of Clans, I just unlocked P.E.K.K.A.s at Town Hall 8. What would be the best army composition for me to use them in #LiveClash?
Nice. Well, honestly, I mean, I don't know. P.E.K.K.A.s, one of my favorite strategies is P.E.K.K. Arch, which is P.E.K.K.A.s and archers. You clear out building with archers, throw the P.E.K.K.A.s in, and they just dominate. What do you guys think?
Well, assuming that he's just unlocked P.E.K.K.A.s, meaning he probably hasn't unlocked golems yet, maybe giants in there to help tank with the P.E.K.K.A.s?
Yeah, that could be a good idea. With P.E.K.K.A.s, depending on what you're doing at Town Hall 8, you don't want to have too many of them because they are the most expensive elixir troop in the game. So if you're trying to gain resources and you throw 6 P.E.K.K.A. on the field, you're likely going to have a loss. So for me, I'd probably use P.E.K.K.A. in some sort of war attacks, like you said, some sort of giants to help take care of the buildings. But it's all about P.E.K.K.A. getting the P.E.K.K.A.s to go in the center of the base. So whatever you have to use to make that happen.
Absolutely. So we're counting down. We just got a few minutes left of preparation time for Norway and Sweden. And we're going to continue and take a look at another #LiveClash tweet since we have a couple minutes left before the war starts.
All right, so this next tweet coming at us from at Peter $17.
Is that what that says?
#LiveClash freedom.
Freedom?
Wait, is that Peter?
Is that Peter over there? Did I just see Peter go by? Backstage?
You guys, I'm not sure if you're seeing this right now on the stream, but that
they're locking him up.
Galadon, was he not locked up?
Did you let him out? What happened?
Did even get a T-shirt? That is crazy.
It said Gembox on the back.
Did it say Gembox?
It said Gembox as his home country.
Oh man, that's crazy. I don't even know what to say to that. His freedom was short-lived. Freedom was short-lived, that is for sure.
Man, that's crazy.
So.
You know, we have 5 minutes left before the next war starts. So I want to bring it back to Sweden versus Finland for one of the last attacks that we saw to see what happened as Finland brought it down to the wire. Finland used the last 4 attacks of the war. So let's check one of them out to see what happened as they tried their best to get 2 stars against the bases. So the first attack was Tony B against Mitch Bolton. This was the second to last attack in the war. And if you guys remember, Finland needed 2 2-star battles to move on and have a chance for a tiebreaker against Sweden.
So we've got another Lava Lunion attack, and Tony obviously starting this attack as time ran out. So the pressure has to be just absolutely immense. And this, a very traditional Lava Lunion attack, the old Quattro Lava Lunion, 4 Lava Hounds, 3 Rage, 2 Freeze, and of course the new Poison spell.
Well, looks like he's going in so far. He's done a good job on the top left-hand side, but I do have to say, if you're going for 2 stars, you generally want to attack the side that the Town Hall's from, or at least somewhere close to it. He picked the farthest possible way for his troops to get to the Town Hall, and that means his king and queen have to fight through a ton of defenses on the bottom right-hand side or through the top left-hand side.
You know, I'm thinking maybe Tony was thinking with this attack that he had to try to go for a 3-star attack because they were trailing at the time, shooting for 3 stars, going from that far side. Really not concerned, again, if it's 0 or 1 or even 2 stars, it's not going to make a difference. Really trying to get 3 stars. It's so frustrating for Finland to be so close yet so far as the war closed out.
You know, you can't blame those guys with a minute left in a war that decides your fate and trying to coordinate 4 attacks. Who's going for what base? Who's going for that amount of stars? Where are you going to attack from? There's probably a lot of crazy stuff going through your head, so I don't blame them. But yeah, this is going to be really tough. You can see his king and queen going to the top right-hand side. Almost no time left for this king to run around to the center and get to the Town Hall. This one turned into a bloodbath at the end, and unfortunately, yeah, that one didn't turn out so well. I don't know. I feel like he was going for 2 stars based on how he dropped his troops, just maybe not the best side to attack from. He could have gotten that 2nd star if he attacked from maybe the bottom left, top right, or even the bottom right.
Well, it's true, and they had, what, 3 or 4 attacks going on simultaneously right there at the end. So maybe he wasn't counting on trying to get 3 stars. He was just hoping to grab a star and hoping his clanmates would each also grab a star, and it could have given Finland the lead. Instead, they lost by 2 stars.
Yep. Pretty disappointing for Finland, but let's go ahead and throw it back out to Nick and Molt in the war room to see what they have to say.
All right, so we are here with our unfortunately not final competitors here, but Finland and Denmark. How do you guys feel? Anything you would have done differently going into that war if you had to do it again?
We would have won, maybe, if we get to do it all over again, but it's not possible, so of course we're a bit disappointed, but now going to support the other teams. So, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. We met a very, very strong team. It could go both ways, but this was how it ended out. I must say I have still got a very, very strong team. I'm glad with my teammates, and I'd like to give a shout out to other Danish players. Thank you for supporting us all the way.
Awesome. So a lot of supporting words, everyone supporting the finalists here, and it's overall a very positive vibe, even amongst this Finnish crowd. Back to you guys in the studio.
You can really see the dejection in their faces. And Roald and James, such great guys, so nice. They tried so hard. It's tough to see anybody lose, but great sportsmanship from both of them.
Yeah, we've spent a lot of time with Roald when we were out in Copenhagen, as well as with James during Finnish Clash. So it's sad to see some of our buddies get knocked out, but only the strongest can move on. And we have Sweden and Norway left. You know, it's going to be pretty intense. I'm thinking we're going to get a lot more 2 stars now that the nerves are out and it's all business in this last war.
That's really what I think. I absolutely think that the winning score is going to have to be 20 stars. They've had time to calm their nerves, and will we see changes in the base designs from the first war to the second war? We haven't seen a lot of crazy, really unusual attacks, some healers used in maybe some different ways, going for those percentage points. I wouldn't be surprised if it came down to 20 versus 20, and it came down to a tiebreaker with percentage.
That's really what we've been looking for. Tiebreakers seem to be the most, I would say, I thought it would be the most common result. We'd have a couple of 20 to 20s where those percentage points would really come into play a factor. So I really think this one is going to be 20 to 20, maybe even 21 to 20 if we can get a 3-star attack. We haven't seen anything too close yet. We've had a couple in the 70s, a couple in the high 60s, but you really have to make sure you get those last couple of defensive building downs if you want to go for 3 or even go for an all-out 3-star strategy. Because one of the things is, normally you'd actually be able to get 20 stars and then use the rest of your attacks to try to go for 2 or 3 stars. These guys didn't even have a chance to do that. They only had to focus on trying to get 2 stars on the bases.
So much pressure, and the bases, we haven't seen any of the open base designs that we maybe saw in the rehearsals that we see when we're in the clouds, and those are much more easily 3-starable with, say, the Mass Witch attack. And I haven't seen a single base like that designed in this war.
Yep.
So people very careful to not only make it difficult to 2-star, but almost impossible to 3.
Yeah, people have been switching their bases around the second before the prep phase ends, which means they only have 45 minutes of the battle phase to prepare. But still, the war's about to begin, so let's send it over to Nick and Molt in the war room.
Guys, we're in the war room right now. I am here with Norway and Sweden. Guys, how are we feeling for this final? Are we ready? Are we ready for the final? All right, we're going to count this thing down, all right? 3, 2, 1. Let's get this thing started.
All right, the final has just started between Norway and Sweden. It's exciting to see what's going to happen. I'm going to say that both of them are going to have 20 stars by like 15 or 16 attacks in.
So?
But yeah, I'm confident in our guys. But we do have our first live attack.
We're going to be watching that momentarily. I think they're getting ready. We're going to give them a minute or so to get their armies prepped, and they're obviously there's still a lot of pressure. It's going to take them a couple of seconds to just decide who they're attacking, get the army together. And so we'll be going on to that live attack shortly. But again, just over 40 minutes left.
Yep, just over 40 minutes left. It's especially tough for these live attackers in the beginning because they have to attack without really knowing what they're going against. They have a minute and a half to prepare their army, but we do have our first live attack ready now. So let's get that on your screen right now, where we have our first one from Denmark attacking Norway. And let's check out who we have attacking. I'm excited to see this first attack. This could set the tone of the war.
Oh, man, this is going to be exciting stuff.
It's going to be nuts. Well,
there we go.
We have him on the screen right now. It looks like Ade is going to be attacking someone from Norway. Let's see if he makes his choice on who he wants to attack.
Is that a professional poker player in the top left I see there?
Yeah, it looks like it.
He's got those shades on, so Ade taking his time. He's focused. And we're going to get a chance to look at his army. Okay.
All right, plenty of wall breakers.
Yep.
Let's see what he can do. All right, so preparing the spells, final free spell going down. He does have 3 golems with an additional golem inside of the clan castle. This looks like a pretty safe 2-star strategy. If he can execute it right, he should have a good shot.
No pressure, though. No pressure at all.
Never any pressure.
I think I saw a 3rd freeze spell queued. Yep, he's got 3 freeze, 2 rage. And any moment now, he'll be after his target. There's Trouble Mice.
Looks like Trouble Mice is the target for Ade, who is the leader of Sweden. Let's see what he can do and try to bring home 2 stars for his clan.
And that's the same base design we saw in the first war, actually. And it is kind of that open base design with lots of individual enclosures around the outside, enclosing cannons and some collectors as well.
Really nice placements of the wall breakers so far, able to use those barbarians to distract. Golems are going down with the wizards. And let's see how he follows up. He still doesn't have a clear path to get to the base just yet. He's going to need to use a couple more wall breakers to try to get there.
Yep, on the right-hand side where the clan castle troops have come out, there's no opening through that wall yet, and that golem is just going to stall. Here come the wall breakers at the top of your screen, opening a couple of more openings there, and on the left-hand side as well.
Yep. Looks like he's got his way through, but the single targeted Inferno Tower is targeting that singular golem. King and Queen have been dropped because the Lava Hound is causing chaos for those ranged damage units. Let's see what he can do. He has that rage spell, but I think he's going to try to get into the center of the base with the wall breakers, which worked out just right.
Yep, the defensive Archer Queen was there, and there are the wall breakers through that innermost enclosure, so the extra space there no longer a factor. Good free spell on the left-hand side. The King moving in.
The King has just moved in, but notice there's no golems in the center of the base. The King is a lone soldier, and as soon as that Inferno Tower wakes up, it's going to try to do massive damage to the King, so let's see if he can duke it out with the opposing King.
It's a race, the King against the Town Hall against that Inferno, but that's a multi. The single's out of the way, and that means that Town Hall should be going down. That's so no.
It's so
did
close.
I say it too soon?
No.
Oh my gosh. Oh man. Did you see Ate's frustration as the Town Hall doesn't fall? It doesn't get any closer than that. There was no visible health left on that Town Hall.
Can the Queen be a hero?
Oh, where is she? I don't even say. Oh, she's off to the right. She's too far.
Shooting
She's
the wall.
on the wall.
Could this be the first time ever shooting the wall is actually the right decision of the Queen?
No.
If she bursts
got
through
the
it.
Inferno and the Expo on her,
It's a multi-target Inferno, though. I have faith in the Queen.
She's got the
Queen,
royal cloak.
You can do it.
Will she go after the Town Hall first?
Come on, Queen.
This is it. Here she goes.
Come on, Queen.
And no,
what are you doing?
The skeleton. She got it. The skeleton traps. Ate celebrating.
What a raid.
A momentary stall as the skeleton traps pulled her off that Town Hall right as it was going to go down.
No way.
That was unbelievable. What a sign of relief from Ate. He is so happy.
Wow, that is the first time in Clash of Clans history the queen shooting the wall out of nowhere has somehow turned a raid around. That will go down in the records books as the most ridiculous queen I've seen in my entire life.
You saw it here first.
Amazing attack from Ade. Super crazy, and it's nice that we're going to be able to interview him in a second. He has to clean up a couple other percentage points.
Just the emotional roller coaster that he was on when that king fell and didn't get the town hall. The queen looks like she's going to get it. Stalled, comes back, and now he's going to wrap up the attack. 60% damage, so not only 2 stars, but a great percentage of damage score. He's got to be happy with that result. He's going to let the time run out.
He's admiring his work right now.
He is. What a relief. I wish I could have a blood pressure monitor on him during that attack.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
The heart rate monitor will be a suggestion for the next stream. 60% for Ade. What an amazing attack. And taking a look at our scoreboard, that will be the first 2 stars for Sweden. There's been plenty of attacks since then, so things are shaping up to be a crazy war in Nordic Clash 2015. 7-6 for Sweden over Norway as I look at the scoreboard after those 2 are tallied on. Amazing. Let's send it back over to Molt in the war room.
Welcome back to the War Room. As you can tell, that was a very intense raid, and everyone in here was biting their nails. Ade, you can go ahead and head over to Nick. I'm sure he's very anxious to talk to you guys. There's so much more action to come, so make sure that you don't switch that channel and continue to send us tweets at #LiveClash.
Ade, during that raid, it felt like a level 8 Tesla popped up in this room. The crowd was absolutely electric when that queen came back for that town hall. How did you feel?
Oh, it was a crazy raid, and I thought actually that it should end up in a 1 star, and I tried to hold back with ability as long as I could, and it was successful.
Yeah, definitely successful. And now the number 2 seed coming in Sweden is going up against the number 1 Norway. How do you guys think about how do you feel about the war so far?
It looks like it's going to be a very tight war. Yeah, I think we have similar attacks, and I think we have the same attack strategy as well.
Sweet, thank you. Sounds like we have a lot of close encounters in store coming soon from the War Room.
Fantastic. What a great replay. What a great live replay to watch.
Wow, you could see the excitement on Ade's face as he did that. That was crazy. And like I said, the war attacks have been better today. I've already seen 4 attacks from Sweden, 8 stars total, and Norway has 4 attacks for 9 stars, but they do have some other attacks underway. We haven't seen a 3-star just yet. I am confirming that right now, but we're going to have another live attack in just a second to show you guys what should be exciting from Norway attacking Sweden this time.
Yep, it looks like we've got Dibs and Lord Oliver maybe coming up for this live attack. There we go. So again, looking at the war map, you guys can see sometimes it's misleading the number of attacks used versus the number of stars. You see Sweden with 9 stars and they had 4 attacks used, but no 3 stars. That's because some of those attacks are still underway.
Yep, taking a look at that war log, there were a couple of 1 stars right there, which will play into the final total. So we'll have to see what happens as we keep going through here. But I see some good 2 stars by Sweden. Let's see if Dibs can turn it around, attacking Lord Oliver.
All right, and he's got an attack closer to what I use pretty frequently. He's got 5 golems. I don't recall seeing what was in that clan castle. 3 jump spells, all of them already down, so you can really see where he's trying to focus his troops in from the top and the bottom, golems from both sides.
Yep, looks like a really patient attack. Super nice to get those out of the way. An additional golem in the clan castle means that he has 3 heading towards the town hall. Let's see if he can get to redirect his troops to the center and go ahead and drop the rest of his troops right now, including his heroes.
Yep, the heroes are coming in from that bottom side. They're coming in towards the golems, and now we're watching the golems path out after that archer tower. Another slightly unusual base design with those multiple enclosures on the right-hand side. There they go, back over the jump spell, headed towards the town hall enclosure.
Yep, I do see the golems heading off to the side, but they are going to play as a bodyguard for the queen right now, and since there are 3 golems, that means they're going to be able to take a ton of damage as the king and queen have finally jumped over the wall into the center of the base. I see the king going for some of the structures. The queen is going for that as well. His final P.E.K.K.A. is going down just now. That was an amazingly patient raid.
It really was, and the defending Archer Queen just about annihilated the attacking king.
The king went down.
And now the king is down. The queen is almost down. There goes her royal cloak, 46%.
She's shooting the town hall.
There it goes, and she is going to take it down, not to speak too soon. She takes the town hall down for the 1st star, 49%.
Well, keep in mind, he has to get an additional star. If I were him, drop your troops right now and get to 50% before.
Don't waste your time.
Yeah,
there it is.
Before the Lava Hound gets there. 50% right on the button. Nice attack by Dibs. That one came down to the wire. It looks a little bit sketchy there for a second, but 2 stars is 2 stars, and that turned out pretty well for Dibs. Very nice.
Wow, you could see the look of as he relaxed as he got that second star. It was just such a relief. And there we go. There are the additional stars for Norway, putting them into the lead, 13-12.
All right, 13-12. Very nicely done as that score updates right now. That is awesome. Let's send it back to Molt in the war room.
Guys, the energy in here is still crazy. Fans, how are we feeling about everything? We having a good time? They're having a good time. Dibs, you can go ahead, head over to Nick. He's going to ask you a couple questions. And the war is very, very close. I can't wait to see what strategies these guys are going to bring out as we continue on attacking.
Yet another super close raid. I see a lot of smiles turning into looks of concentration now. How does it feel around the table?
Yeah, it's we're very excited. We're looking forward to going to Korea, but yeah, it got to get a bit sketchy there for a couple of seconds. So it's just good to get it to the 2 stars.
Bringing out the Korea talk already, feeling pretty confident. You guys just took the lead. You're still feeling like you're in a good place here?
Yeah, we're looking strong. We've got a lot of strong guys to take the next attack. So yes, I'm sure that we're going to kick some Swedish whatever.
All right, you heard it right here. Thank you. And Norway more against Sweden. More coming soon.
All right. Did you see how sweaty his face was? It looks like he's been in a Finnish sauna because it's just crazy out there.
I think that is a Finnish sauna out there right about now.
Oh, my God.
It's a pressure cooker.
That was ridiculous. Well, you guys have been sending us your tweets all day using the hashtag #LiveClash. It's been an exciting stream. We're in the final war right now where it's super tight. So let's send it back to Nick to see what you guys have to say.
All right, the next one coming at us from @Kurosaki Clash, and he's going to be saying, when is the best timing for witches to be deployed in Go Wee Wee attack?
Right. Well, with witches, obviously you have to be careful of the giant bombs, so you want to make sure that those blow up before. And if you're using golems like you would in a Go Wee Wee, you got to make sure they're protected and the golems have the attention of all the defenses.
What do you guys think back in the studio?
Well, I used to be a big Go Wee Wee attacker back in the day. Definitely want to watch out for the giant bombs. I've dropped 20 witches on a single giant bomb in the past, so I know all too well about that. So definitely make sure your golems scout out the area. You can also scout out with your wall breakers for giant bombs. You can scout out with maybe 1 or 2 barbarians. So try to drop them. You don't want to drop them too late because the skeletons provide a lot of tankiness for your troops in the back, but you definitely want to make sure the giant bombs are out of the way.
Exactly. We've seen some tragic replays where there's a giant bomb on the outside that takes out, I think I had one at one point that took out 20 witches.
20 witches.
But also you have to watch the gaps on the inside. In these big open enclosure bases, once you're through that outer wall, you've got to look for those 2x2 spots and the bigger spots like that where there could be another giant bomb. And if you can, wait long enough for at least the first couple to get cleared by the golems.
You know, I wonder if a haste spell would work to make your golems go faster and pick off the giant bombs.
I kind of like that.
I haven't tried that yet. That's probably terrible, but you know, it could work out.
You never know.
Anyway, so we're going to get into our replays now that you guys have seen some of the live attacks. It's been amazing so far. 2 really awesome attacks in their own different way. One of them down to the wire. Actually, both of them down to the wire, really, with one of them being for 50%. So let's go ahead and check out our next attack, which I believe is from Denmark, attacking one of the Swedes.
Actually, I think we've got, if we're looking at a replay here, I've got Sweden attacking Norway from this war.
Oh, wait, I said Denmark.
Right? Yeah,
no.
you did say Denmark.
I'm putting salt in the wound.
No offense.
Sorry, Denmark.
We're going to take a look at this replay right here. We've got Smokey, number 7 from Sweden, after Papa, number 10 from Norway.
All right, well, let's see what's happened. Let's see what happens in this raid. I'm not going to say the country's names anymore and butcher them any more than I just did right there. Wall breakers going in. Look at those beautiful level 6 walls.
Yep. Yeah, you got some lower level walls, and that what puts this attacker or this defender at number 10 and 4 earthquake spells. I didn't notice that before it started. 4 earthquake spells.
Yep, pretty crazy. The earthquake spells doing work. First time we've actually seen that today, and there's a straight shot to the town hall, which should work really well if he can get his troops to go up there, which the golems are doing right now, but they're going to peel off in a second. But they're actually going in the center of the base. Wow, I thought the golems would go for that air defense, but they're going to pick up that info tower for a very, very nicely placed attack. So he does need to drop his poison spell at some point. That was a little bit late on the poison spell, maybe a little bit nervous. But as the wizards deal with the pups on the outside, still looking really good.
Yeah, the king went down to a single target inferno there earlier. You might have seen that, but the town hall did fall anyway. And now it became a battle of trying to get that second star, trying to get to 50%. And you can tell it's going to be close. 3 minions, 4 archers left to deploy. And the queen.
Look at the lava pups.
The lava pups on the queen, and that's going to take her out.
Okay, so This is going to be tough. First of all, if the queen attacked the Tesla or the queen, queen altar instead, she could have two-shot those, but she attacked the gold storage, which did a ton of, it has a ton of HP, so the queen wasn't able to survive. And now he's just trying to get that last percentage point after this elixir storage goes down.
49, he just needs one more percentage point. 1 minion and 3 archers remain, though.
I think, well, I'm not going to say it out loud because I don't want to give it, okay, that's what I was going to say. They can hear us in the audience, but I guess this is a replay anyways. That's what I would have gone for. This lab over here, he's going to go ahead and drop his archers, not going to risk it with any more other troops trying to open up a skeleton trap. So a solid 50% for Smokey, and that's definitely what they need as we close in on the end of this final war.
Yep, 2 more stars for Sweden. And again, you know, after what we saw in the semifinals, 2 stars may indeed be making the difference here. So much pressure on these guys. It is so tough. And I believe we're going to go back, speaking of pressure, to the War Room and Molt.
Guys, welcome back to the War Room. Despite all the cheering and all the activity that is going around, these guys remain very, very focused, as we can see from that very, very clutch 50% 2-star. The war is still very, very close at 14 stars each, and I know that things are going to get even crazier as we continue on with the attacks.
All right, well, things definitely are getting crazy. We are sitting at 29 minutes left in the first final that we have here, the first and only final, and this is going to be crazy. We've been going through some good live attacks and replays, and the attacks have definitely looked better than the last war.
Excellent. Yeah, I agree. Things have gotten better, and I do expect at least one of these clans to get to 20 stars, and maybe you've got another replay there we can look at?
Yep. I've got one right here where Henrik's going to be defending against Mitch Bolton from Sweden, so let's see if Sweden can steal some stars and attack Norway right here.
All right, so another ground-based attack really dominating the strategy here. Early jump spells, once again, love that placement, grabbing openings toward 2 sets of walls. And you can see it's opened 3 enclosures on the outside and 2 more of the enclosures on their way to the town hall, which is only right behind that 3rd layer of walls.
Yeah, so plenty of space for the queen to shoot over the top. Could even try to use some other troops. Maybe the wizards have plenty of range to get that town hall. So if they can get to the center, it's going to be pretty tough for him to keep him away from the town hall. So one thing that I really like about this attack, he attacked the clan castle side, which means he can drag that lava hound out rather than worry about it later in the raid. So very nicely done right there.
Yep, and all of the expos are set to air and ground, so they've got slightly shortened range, so we didn't see that expo on the far right come into play.
And the queen actually just got dropped. He held onto the queen for a long time.
Wow.
Not sure if that worked out, seeing as she still went to the right-hand side, but she'll switch around to the town hall, or at least she should, in just a bit, seeing as no really high damage defenses are attacking her.
It's gonna be tough. We'll head to the right. Yep, she's going after the wizard tower first, but she's got the royal cloak. That should help her survive long enough. There we go. Air sweeper, town hall, and the town hall is down
Very
for the
nice.
2nd star.
All right, so it looks like the queen did turn around and finally attack that town hall after destroying everything within the distance of the town hall.
Yeah.
Anyways, 53%, not bad.
And for old time's sakes, she finishes off on a wall. But to be fair, there were no other defenses or buildings within range of her. She had to go after that wall. So 53%, looks like it's wrapping up. Couple of units left, and there's an extra percentage point on the top right. So again, every percentage point counts because these players have no way of knowing whether or not it'll end up at 20-20. So just in case it does, they're going to be careful with these last units.
Yep, 55% turning into 56%. Very nicely done by Mitch Bolton, taking out the leader of Nordic Norway, which is Henrik 44. Let's throw it back to Mold on the floor.
Welcome back to the War Room, guys. As you can see from the board, Norway is at 14, Sweden is at 15, so they have taken the lead, but they still have almost half of their attacks left, so the action is not even close to being over. And for all of you guys that haven't tweeted at us yet, make sure that you tweet #LiveClash, and we'll be sure to review some of those in interviews a little bit later.
Wow, right now we're looking at a 15-15 war with both sides having 9 attacks left. So everything is completely dead even going into the last 26 minutes of this war.
Yep, we're hoping to see 5 2-stars from both sides to even it up at 20-20, and then a couple of 3-star attacks. People can use the healer queen strategy. They can use a ton of different strategies to try to pull off that 3rd star. We don't know what we're going to see, but if we see a 3-star, I'm pretty sure this place is going to light on fire.
It's going to go absolutely bananas. That is for certain. 15-15. It is so super close. And we've got a little bit of time here. We got 26 minutes left of the war. So why don't we go back out to the war room and maybe take another Twitter question?
Sounds like a good idea, Galadon. So this one's coming to us from @Alealcio, and he says, any advice about having a successful clan?
That's a good question.
#LiveClash.
Right.
Molt,
Well, I think it's very important. Obviously, you can't lead by yourself. There is a leader, but that's why they made co-leaders. It's very important to have people that you trust to help when you're away. What do you think is important?
I've been playing a lot, trophy pushing up to 4,600 lately, so being super active definitely helps.
Right.
Pat and Galadon, any other tips?
Well, I think obviously being super active is a big thing. Co-leaders, like you said, I really like bringing in clan members when they're not already fully maxed out to like build a relationship with them along the way, and they're more likely to stick along in your clan. What about you, Galadon?
Yep, I think the key to a successful clan is long-term members. You build that clan loyalty. You have members that have been there for a long time, and like you said, you get members in and that maybe are a little bit lower, and they grow with the clan, and that's really what you need to have a successful clan in the long run.
Absolutely. Well, keep tweeting at us using the hashtag #LiveClash. Send it to @Clash of Clans or just tweet it out loud. But we're going to keep going with the attack replays for you guys because things are heating up, and it's still 15-15 in the war room.
Yep. All right, so Pat's got the next one queued up. We've got Slim Jim from Norway going up against the top player, the top clan, the top number player clan, number 1 Razor of Sweden. So again, we got a pretty much super max base right here, and yet another ground-based attack, heavy on the golems, at least 5, maybe 6 with the clan castle.
Yep, looks like he has a ton of golems as well as 3 jump spells. I really like the jump spell raids. We've been seeing a lot of successful jump spell raids today. Not as many successful air attacks, but let's see as they go through the base, and he drops 2, I believe, to be perfect jump spells.
And the 3rd perfect as well. Love the jump spell placement, knowing your radius, knowing you can grab 2 sets of walls with those jump spells, and there they go. The skeletons, the archers over the far left side where the clan castle troops are coming out. That's going to be a bit dangerous with the dragon and the balloons right there.
All right, well, looks like things are going pretty well so far. Giant Bomb will take care of a couple of troops, but the witches will survive, and the Larrys are going to keep spawning as they have some Larry on Larry battle in the center. They had the skeleton trap, skeletons versus the witch skeletons.
Just cannot avoid Larry. And there go the golems over that last jump spell right on top of the town hall, and another epic confrontation right on top of the town hall, but it looks like the town hall's going down. 42% damage. There was the royal cloak from the queen. You can hear it. I couldn't see it, but I could hear it. And the last Inferno Tower goes down, so that's going to be 2 stars, 50%, and plenty of units still remaining.
Very, very nicely done. 50% so far. He still has a couple of minions and wall breakers. Going to drop those wall breakers just for some style points right there. Get that wall buster achievement, and the minions are going to destroy a couple buildings up here, and he did a really good job. So a lot of people don't drop their minions and archers quick enough, and you can see that this golem is tanking, whereas the archer tower would have normally killed the minions and the archer.
Exactly. That was great. That was exactly what I was watching right there. Everything except for that air defense was being distracted by that golem, and that gave him a chance to grab several more buildings on the outside. Looks like that's the last unit. Little Golemite getting demolished there.
Say goodbye. Goodbye.
54%. Wow. Nice
Great
attack.
raid. Attacking the number 1 player in Sweden. Let's send it back to Mold on to see what Norway has to say.
Guys, we are still in the war room. I'm standing over by the guys at Norway, and according to the board, it's 16-15. How are we feeling about that? Norway is excited, but that doesn't mean they're not focused, guys. I'm sure that we are going to see a lot more amazing attacks from both of these teams, so hope you guys are ready.
All right, that's amazing. 16-15 right now. We've just reached the halfway point in our final clan war. 22 minutes and 30 seconds left. 16-15 Norway over Sweden, but Sweden does have 2 more attacks than Norway.
Exactly. So we've got plenty of time. Yeah, we got plenty of time for them to make these attacks, and I have a feeling we're going to see that last-minute time running out attacks again is really going to make everybody sweat, including us.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the best idea. We do have another attack replay, but while we bring that up, if you bring it to the very end, you guys have seen before, it's hectic at the end. You don't know, should I go for 3 stars? Should I go for 2 stars? Because they're different army compositions going for the different star values. Do I want to do I want to attack this base? Which base do I attack? You don't have a lot of time to prepare for it. Things are hectic if it happens at the end. But anyways, let's check out the next attack replay.
So I think we have another attack replay, this one from number 4 Lasse going after number 10 Sir Jonesy of Sweden. And we'll take a look at this replay here up on the screen any moment now. And this was another close one. There we go. So we get underway with, again, 5 golems and perhaps a 6th in the clan castle. So coming from the left-hand side, golems followed by the wizards. And it looks a lot like some of these other attacks that we saw. There we go. As we slow it down a little bit, golems moving in. There's the first jump spell at the bottom of the screen.
All right, looks like the jump spell has been dropped. A pretty easy path to the town hall. I really like the angle he took from this attack. He's using the golems on the top to take out a bunch of buildings using the wizards as well. And then the King Queen on the bottom should be able to get that town hall. It's risky not to put all of your troops down there just in case something crazy happens, but it might pay off for them as they're trying to get as many percentage points as possible.
Yep, and we've got a stranded golem. We actually have a pair of stranded golems on the outside of this village all by themselves, and that's going to be costly because they're stuck way out there. They're not doing a lot to distract, although we do have an Expo that's been distracted long-term by this far left golem.
All right, 54%. Queen is still alive and kicking, doing a great job right now. She's going to go ahead and take out that town hall in just a second. No rage spell required, no queen ability required, seeing as she just used it. 56%, 58%, that's her second star in battle.
Yep, so they're finally the golems on the outside working their way in and not doing a lot other than distracting one Expo. So now the remaining units at the top of the screen may be looking for those exposed structures. Any extra percentage point, again, 60% kind of seems to be the turning point right here.
All right, well, it looks like we have 2 archers and 3 minions left. Let's see if we can get anything else, but with 10 seconds left in the replay, I doubt it.
It doesn't look like it's going to happen, and there they go on the left-hand side after the camp. Not quite, so the attack wraps up at 58%, but still a solid attack by Lasse for 2 stars. And this actually was a cleanup attack. The base had previously been 1-starred.
Very nice. Let's send it back over.
Guys, we're back in the war room now, and things are now tied up when it comes to stars. It is 16-16, but Sweden actually has 1 less attack that they've used. But remember, it's not the stars that are important. It is also the percentage. So when you look at those stars, remember there's a lot of percentage behind that actually could end up being the deciding factor in the results of the war.
All right, guys, tied up 16-16. We are in the final 20 minutes of Nordic Clash 2015, determining which clan will advance to Seoul, South Korea. And let's go ahead and give you another quick rule reminder.
Yeah, let's take a look at the rules because this is a very unique tournament setup, and we're going to see right here, of course, there were 4 10-player clans. We're down to 2. This is the final. We saw 2 semifinal wars. If you missed it earlier, Sweden and Norway both victorious in the first wars, now facing each other.
Absolutely. 15 minutes of prep phase, 45 minutes of war. Again, we only have 20 minutes left in our second war right now. Things are coming down to the wire, and they're going to have to scout out their last couple of bases.
Absolutely, and it's a good thing that the troops and spells don't cost anything. They don't take any time to train. It's more focused on the strategy and not so much on budgeting your time or your resources, which I think is great.
Yeah, it's amazing. So while we take a quick break, let's go ahead and check back with Nick and Molt to see what you guys have been saying on Twitter.
Woo. Twitter is absolutely on fire today, and this one's coming from @BananaSwagNinja.
Nice.
And off the bat, amazing Twitter handle. So out of all the swaggy troops in Clash of Clans, which one would you guys pick to be your favorite, heroes included?
Favorite?
So what troop has swag?
Well, like I said earlier, I really like the P.E.K.K.A. And it is a she, even though it is a male name. They're kind of trolling us maybe a little bit. She's got that ninja feel, and she's got all that armor. Makes her pretty intense.
Swag. I guess goblins can hold a lot of swag in their bag. I don't know. Pen going on. What has swag?
To do the goblins because all they do is care about money. They don't care about destroying the base. They don't care about getting you stars. They say, listen, I'm going to get money. I don't care what happens. That's all that matters.
You guys missed the swaggiest troop in the game. The Wizard. Come on with that dude with that attitude. He takes everybody else by storm. It's absolutely the Wizard. He would definitely be my pal.
Well, what about the healer? You know, you got to show the healer some love.
No, the Wizard. Look at that hair.
Anyways, we got another replay prepared for you guys. This one is between Victor and Ragecool. Sweden attacking Norway back. And let's see what Victor can do as he attacks the number 9 player from Norway.
All right, so we've got another ground attack, and we've got 4 earthquake spells. Again, I love to watch this, and great placement on the earthquake spells. Look at the number of walls that came down. And also remember the damage that was done to that the wizard tower and the that's an inferno.
That would be an inferno tower. That was an awesome amount of damage. I've never seen that was a huge compartment that's just been completely opened up, and he already has a path to the town hall with just those 2 or 4 spells.
And a lot of people argue that a jump spell is better than earthquakes, but you can see how many walls that were opened up right there, and now you've got all these other openings. The units don't need anything else on the inside to clear their way to the town hall. Everybody moving right in.
Yeah, you can tell that Victor had some time to prepare for this base. He saw that opening with the earthquake spells, and he took it. And I don't know, that could lead to a perfect raid. He just got lucky because the single target Inferno Tower hopped off of of his king, and he did end up freezing it anyways to save one of his golems. I might have held on to it a little bit longer, but still, things should be fine.
Yeah, there goes the queen on the town hall, and absolutely nobody touching the queen. She's going to nail that town hall for the first star, and still at full health. She still has her ability. It's great to see, again, some of these being up attacks. They've had a little bit longer to even review the first attack, have longer to analyze their strategy that they want to move in with. Those first attacks, really so much pressure. And now the single target Inferno on the queen. There goes the ability, and she should get the king.
She's shooting a wall.
Was she on a wall?
Did you see
Oh
that?
my gosh.
She was shooting this wall the entire time.
I saw that. Oh, wow.
What?
I have no idea.
I didn't notice that until the final second. I was like, why isn't the king dying? Oh, the queen's shooting a wall. A wall. All right. Anyways.
Right.
No more getting dirty looks from Supercell as we analyze their queen ability.
They're going to cut your microphone in a second. No, but really, so that was interesting to see. I don't know how that happened. I didn't notice it either. She finally did go down to the Inferno and the Expo. And again, this attack just trying to get to the second star. Units around the outside. But this time it looks like the Victor has found several buildings that were unprotected on the top right and on the far left. And at 49%, there goes the Wizard, the Archer up there in the gold mine, though. She is untouched. And again, last unit's not happy with 50%. He's going for as far as he can possibly go. So it looks like 53, 54, and there's still units remaining down there.
He's dropping them right now. Minions and Wizard should be able to take care. Oh no, they went down super fast. Wow.
Yep.
That was it.
Didn't get it.
53% Victor attacking Rage Cool. Nice attack to get 2 stars. It was already 1 star, so that was a nice attack for Sweden. Let's go ahead and send it back to the floor.
Welcome back to the War Room, guys. As we can tell, everything is still very close, 17-16 with Norway on top, but Sweden still got a couple extra attacks in their bag. As you can see, things are coming down to using up all of the time because those percentage points are very, very important for everybody as we come down to the wire.
All right, looks like that's going to do it for that replay. Amazing stuff. Taking a look at the scoreboard right now. Sweden 18, Norway 17, and Sweden has 2 less attacks. That could be big, but you know, Norway can still bring it back with 6 attacks remaining. They're still super close to getting to 20 stars.
Exactly. There's a lot of time for things to change. Both clans really closing in. We saw the final scores in the first 2 wars were 19-17, and now we've got 8. If I do my math, 14 attacks remaining, and they're already at 18-17. I think we're going to step in and watch another live attack right now.
Yeah, live attacks are our favorite. You can literally see the sweat pouring off their faces, not only because it's high pressure, but because it's literally 110 degrees out there inside of that war room. It's nuts. Yeah, those guys are champions. But live attacks are the best, so let's go ahead and check that out in a bit. But first of all, I guess we'll have one more replay. One more replay. We're waiting for them to get ready. Maybe they're a little bit camera shy, so we'll show one more replay before we put them on the stage and put the pressure on, because there's only going to be a couple of attacks left. These ones really count.
Yep. Well, why don't we go ahead and look at the last attack that just happened, which was number 6 Lord Oliver of Sweden up against number 6 Dibs of Norway. And I've got that attack on the screen right now. We can take a look. There we go. Getting underway.
And yeah, I remember Lord Oliver having a great 2-star in the last war. So let's see if he can pull it again on this war and to bring Sweden's total up as they try to get to 20 stars. And that way they can have some chances to go for some 3-star attacks, as well as make sure they have enough percentage points to win the tiebreaker. We really could see the tiebreaker in this war.
Absolutely. I would love nothing more than to see that. Now, all the wiggity wall breakers are already dropped and only 1 jump spell. So interesting use of wall breakers and jump spells. Much fewer methods to get over the walls than we've seen in some of the other attacks, but it's working out really well. Jump spell right to the town hall enclosure, and now he has attacked from the far side of the clan castle. So just now that clan castle has emerged.
All right, looks like the clan castle just came out. The dragon's going to do a ton of damage to those golems hanging out right there. I think the king's hanging out in there as well, so he's going to have to watch out because the dragon does crazy damage. Freeze spell goes down, but the dragon still almost full health as the queen avoids it. The queen only wants to shoot walls, doesn't want to shoot dragons. She's really picky today, Galadon.
She's unpredictable. I'm not sure. It looks like now she's going to work. She's got the single target Inferno on her, so she had to use the Royal Cloak. She's got the defending queen down. She's got the Inferno down. The clan castle dragon is out of the way, 45%.
And 46%, he does have some balloons left. That's pretty surprising.
That's different.
We haven't seen anyone with balloons left towards the end of a raid. That could play an important part as he tries to get some additional percent points for this base.
Yep, 2 stars inevitable here, I would have to say. And here, there are the balloons at the top of the screen. Good choice, but you've got the air defense kind of in the way. 50% 2 stars. And look at this lone minion. Several structures out here. There's another minion to help him out. 3 of them out there, and that's a lot of percentage points that are just sitting there waiting to be picked off.
Yeah, they're sort of just hanging out, you know, taking out some buildings. I wouldn't have dropped that last minion right there. That was pretty much a waste unless he thought he couldn't take out any other buildings around the base because the first minion was already taking it out. Air Sweeper is going to shove the minions away. This is going to be interesting to see if he runs out of time, but let's take a look at the bottom to see what the Wizards are doing down there.
Yeah, they've grabbed a couple of more structures down here at the bottom, 58% damage, and those minions, despite the air sweeper, are actually still out of range of the air defense.
All right, Wizard just got dropped on the bottom, was able to take care of that army camp, very nicely done. But as we watch the minions have a good time on the outside, one of them got shot down, but it took down that final storage, and that's going to get him to 61% for another great attack from Lord Oliver. He's definitely showing up today.
Another solid attack, exactly, and there we are, Sweden 19, Norway 18.
All right, back to the floor.
We are back in the war room, and the energy is crazy, guys. How are we feeling? Everybody is having a great time. As Galadon just said, it is 18-19. Both clans have used 15 attacks, so that's 5 each left. We're coming down to the wire, guys, and it's going to be crazy.
Thanks, Molt. Fantastic. So cool to see. 10 attacks left. 15 out of 20 attacks used from both sides. And now I think we're ready to watch Henrik 44 attack live.
Wow, that's going to be amazing. 19-18, Sweden winning over Norway. Equal number of attacks. Everything is tied except a 1-star lead for Sweden, which again, looks like these guys are going to hit 20 stars.
Yep, I'm so excited to see this live raid. There's going to be so much pressure. I feel bad for Henrik right now, but this is going to be interesting to watch because it's really getting super close. 19-18, I absolutely predict that we see 20 stars on this war.
All right, well, Henrik's ready right now. I don't mean to bring up bad memories, but in the first clan war, he wasn't able to get 2 stars on the base.
Yeah, well, hopefully he can't hear us right now. So there it is. We've got, he's brought 10 witches.
Oh, I love it.
So this is a witch, probably the most witches we've seen in any of these wars today.
Yeah, we've seen 3 witches max. I think maybe we had a 5-witch raid, but obviously witches are going to be the focal point of this raid with only, looks like 7 wizards and 3 golems with an additional one coming out of the clan castle, I believe. So let's see what happens.
Oh, yep, there's the clan castle, and it looks like, see the pair of wizard towers on the far right-hand side, those are going to be tough for those witches. If he can get that splash damage out of the way, the mortar tower on the far right side of the screen, here come the witches.
All right, the witches are rolling in. They're coming in hot. Looks like the golems are looking for giant bombs. They've done a great job of scouting those 2x2 spots where the giant bombs could be located, but it's all about getting to the center, and the jump spell just got dropped.
Yep, and now all the splash damage on the right-hand side of this village is out of the way, and that's going to leave these witches to completely dominate that entire area until they face either giant bombs or splash damage again.
But one thing, this raid's look great so far, but look at the queen. The queen has a mind of her own.
No.
She says, I don't care about Norway. I like army camps and archer towers on the top of the base. She will be a hero if he gets the town hall without the queen, but if he doesn't, you can definitely point at that for the reason that he didn't get the 2nd star on this attack.
Yep, he's been forced to use her royal cloak, and now she's out after a wall. With the center, big confrontation, lots of skeletons on the town hall.
Look at the lava hound, though. The lava hound was dragging the witches for a while, and luckily they did retarget the town hall. This one's going to come down to the wire.
Oh, will that multi-target Inferno and the Expo and the Wizard Tower stop the units? It looks like indeed it did. They did. Wow. Oh, and look at NP just celebrating in the top left of your screen. He is so excited right now. It looks like he's held off Henrik.
Wow. Very nicely done. Keep in mind, I think most bases had already been a 1-star to this point, so he's going to hold on right here. That was a nice defense by MP Wonder.
Yep, it's really 2 stars or nothing. The 1-star doesn't matter here. Henrik disappointed, not able to grab the 2nd star.
All right, 48%. He did need to get 2 stars, but taking a look at the scoreboard yet again, it's all knotted up at 19-19. There is an additional star for Norway. And let's go ahead and head back to the studio to check out what else we have going on with this war. It's been amazing so far.
This is crazy.
19-19.
This is crazy. We were down to about 7 minutes remaining, and we're going to go look at another live attack. Things are so tight, 19-19 right now. So I really want to see another star added to the board here. Maybe we can see it live.
All right, let's check out that next live attack right now. Remember that it's supposed to be 19-19, and I see Thompson attacking MP Wonder, as well as Trouble Mice is attacking Ade, and then on the other side, Niall is attacking Lasse. So there's 3 attacks going on live right now. Let's check out Niall as he attacks Lasse.
There we go. Lasse rubbing his forehead. He is definitely stressed. He wants to hold on to this if he possibly can. Kind of an anti-3-star base, but it's going to be the 2-star victory that's going to make the big difference here if Niall can pull it out.
Yep, let's see what Lasse can do. He's holding on for dear life, trying not to give up that last star. His base is the only base from Norway that has not been 2-star.
Is that right?
So he's literally clinging on to life. And yeah, it's tied 19-19. He looks confident though.
This is crazy. The unit's moving in towards the Town Hall enclosure. Freeze spell down. He's got 1 freeze and a rage remaining. So again, probably thinking ahead to the total damage done as well. But first he's got to get that Town Hall.
He's got to get the Town Hall. People have been looking to try to get a little bit greedy with the percentage points, but he's going for the Town Hall. He is going to freeze, drop a freeze over there on that multi-targeted Inferno Tower. But the Queen, again, she's not going for the Town Hall. She's hanging out with the witches though, so she should have a pretty solid amount of protection on this left-hand side.
And no spells remaining. Lasse looks pretty happy in the top left. He's celebrating.
He celebrated a little bit too early though.
I don't know. We're going to see 50% easily, but will the Town Hall fall? You've got some units working on the Town Hall, and it looks like from here, the Town Hall is about to go down. And any second, and there it is. There's the 2nd star.
Well, Larry did a great job up front. The Larrys were holding it down on the wall. That's why the witches can be so powerful. And look at this. Look at this. Niall already has 61%. Yep. This could be the turning point for the tiebreaker.
20 stars for Sweden now, so they have hit the magic number 20, and the Queen is still at full health. This is maybe one of the best attacks we've seen, the highest damage percentage. And if Norway ties it up, this could indeed be the attack that determines everything.
Absolutely. The pressure is definitely on. This is one of the final attacks for Sweden. This is the 5th to final attack. The Queen's still doing a ton of damage. Niall is liking what he's seeing right now, and things are looking pretty grim. He's trying to get to 70%.
That is absolutely crazy. And as this goes on, Norway just tied things up. It's 20-20 now. Norway has gained their 20th star, so the pressure on this attack to get as many percentage points as possible, 72. This is a huge number, probably the highest we've seen in this war.
Wow.
And could again be a huge difference. Niall absolutely celebrating, pumping his fist there at the bottom of your screen.
Wow, that was awesome. Great attack by Niall. He did an amazing job with 74%. Make that 75 or 76% with this Dark Barracks down here. Extremely well played. I do see another Elixir Collector over there, but he doesn't have an Archer left, so he's going to take this, take his 2-star, and guys, we are at 20 stars to 20 stars at this war. 75%. This one's going to come down to the tiebreaker unless someone can whip out a 3-star attack.
Absolutely nuts.
Guys, we are back in the war room right now, and he is super excited with the attack that he just had. It is 20-20. It is still tied up, and we are ready to see this finale.
Wow, that was a great live attack. Like we've said, guys, it really matters about the percentage points. And I'm going to pull up the tiebreaker stat right now to see where we're at. So for total damage, Sweden is at 58.5% average. Norway is at 55.5%. So Norway has to make up remaining 3% or get a 3-star, or else Sweden will be our Nordic class champions.
Yep. And it looks like we're going to go to another live attack right now. This wasn't planned, but we've got to see it because it could make the difference in the outcome of this war. Could we possibly see a 3-star attack? And it's going after Papa.
All right, looks like they're going after Papa. It's already been 2-starred, so he's trying to get 3 stars or percentage. Papa has already had a 58% attack against his base, so he needs to get above 58% or get 3 stars to really turn the tide.
And an interesting thing I've been told by the developers is the way that this percentage works is if this attacker were to get like a 90% 1-star, it wouldn't count. It has to be 2 stars, and then it's going to go towards damage percentage. So you're focusing on getting 2 stars, but really at this point, you really want to get as high a percentage as possible because obviously the difference is small and could be swung by just a couple of these final attacks.
Well, those level 6 walls are looking pretty juicy on the top left and on the bottom right of the base, but still, it's not always about the walls. Just because you can tear through the walls doesn't mean you can tear through the defense. So let's see how far he can get. He's only at 33% so far.
Exactly. I kind of like that misleading look of the walls, but with maxed out defenses, it is tricky, or nearly maxed out, and you can see units moving in only 35% damage at this point. He's really hoping to get a high damage percentage in the Town Hall, of course. So we'll see the Queen still at full health, but now she's got the single target Inferno on her. There, it's frozen, so she still has her ability, and she's going to move in, but things not looking great for a high number here.
Yeah, he might be able to get that Town Hall. Even if he does, he's still going to have to worry about trying to get additional percentage points. He already had 58% done to him, so this raid should be over at this point. And it looks like that Papa is going to hold on. Or, yeah, Papa's going to hold on right here and not take any more damage. So very, very, very nice defense from Papa from Norway. Looks like they were able to hold off Sweden, but again, the ball's in Norway's court. They have to make up this percentage difference, which is still 3% total, which means exactly for all 10 attacks, it's 3% total. They need a really big attack from one of their clutch players to bring this war back.
Now, the interesting thing is Norway's used all of their attacks, and with less than a minute and a half in this war, Sweden has 2 attacks left. So that was the attack number 18. We've got attack number 19 and 20, and they're both underway right now. And if those can be high enough percentage, wait a minute.
Nope.
Sweden.
Wait. I think we might have
Gallimath.
Yeah, we might have some Gallimath. We've had plenty of Molt math. 2 stars might win wars here, but let's send it back to the war room to see what's happening.
Guys, we're still here in the war room. I'm here with Nick, and the energy is still crazy. Guys, how are we doing? Are we having fun? Everybody's having a blast. This is crazy. Norway's used all of their attacks. Sweden still has 1 left, so we're going to see what happens here. We'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
Well, I put the
All right, we're going to get into the final live attack just to show what's happening as MP Wonder is attacking TJ of Norway. He's finishing it up right now. He does have a minion and some archers left. It's going to be hard for him to try to get some additional percentage points, though. And honestly, I don't know if it's going to matter that much.
No, I don't think it is. We're looking at 2 stars, 52%, so it's below the average, which was 55 to 58%. The attack is just about to wrap up, and so is this war. We have just a few seconds left, and that's actually going to be the last attack of this war.
And only a poison spell remains. So, guys, looking at the percentage points, this war will end 20 to 20. He's dropping the poison spell, but Sweden will win Nordic Clash 2015 by 3% total damage over Norway. Very nicely done. Molt, check out what's happening.
I can hear it. I can hear it from here. They're absolutely celebrating. Sweden having won by 3 percentage points.
Wow. Awesome.
Yeah, let's go to the room. There they are.
We're in the war room right now. Sweden is victorious. You guys just missed a crazy cheer. Only 3% was the difference. And we're going to be back here with a celebration after we send it back to Pat and Galadon.
All right. Well, looks like we have the final stats of the war up right now. You can see the total destruction percentage between the clans. It did end up 20 to 20, like we might have thought. I thought the first 2 wars would be 20 to 20, but they brought it back for this one. They had a couple chances for 3 stars or some additional percentage points, but why don't you break it down, Galadon?
Yeah, so there we go. We had of course, all attacks used. We had 4 attacks lost by Sweden, 2 lost by Norway, but the 3 extra percentage points, 58.5% total clan destruction versus 55.5 means Sweden, they are the victors. They are going to Seoul, Korea to battle against the Chinese and Korean clans.
How awesome must it be to win on your rival's turf of Finland?
Oh my gosh.
I know there must be some people in the crowd right now who are pretty upset while Sweden celebrates, but you have to give it to them. The Surströmming Kings have won Nordic Clash 2015. Oh my God.
Let's take that can and go out to the war room and congratulate them.
You know it. Let's go ahead and send it back over to Molt and Nick out there.
The vibe here is amazing. We are here with Sweden. How are you guys feeling? All right, congratulations, the winners of Nordic Clash and heading to Korea. How do you feel?
Heading to Korea.
It's been awesome. Awesome, good team.
Well, congratulations, guys. Your trophy is on the way.
Oh,
this
don't
was
worry.
an epic war. It came down to the wire on this one, guys, and they definitely deserved the victory that they just had.
So as
Where's
Pat and
this trophy
Galadon,
at?
as Pat and Galadon
Here they
approach,
are.
here we go.
A trophy. It's a strumming.
All right, there we go. Get that over there.
We're going to keep that away from Galadon.
Nice job, guys. Nice. Where's that trophy?
Congratulations, guys.
There it is. We got the actual trophy right
Congratulations
here.
to the Nordic Clash winners.
Congratulations once again to Sweden, the Nordic Clash winners. Anyone else any final remarks about that war?
Absolutely fantastic. Really not what we expected to see. Not maxing out the stars in the first wars was just so much excitement.
Amazing war. Great job by Sweden. Came down to the wire. Super exciting for us, and congratulations. Fill up that cup with something good.
Way to go, guys.
Yeah. Thank you to everybody, all cast and crew, all Nordic countries who were involved. And you guys, I guess we're going to wrap it up here. We'll see you in Korea. And as always, for everything Clash of Clans, you know what to do because you're already doing it. Keep it tuned right here on behalf of Chief Pat, Galadon, Molt, and myself, Nick and Knight. We'll see you guys in the next stream.
Sweden on 3. 1, 2, 3.